alive. Bum, 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 bum. Yes, we're going to get so much extra time out of these 5 to 10 extra minutes.
That is a nice curtain. That is a nice back of this curtain.
That is a nice boulder. I like that boulder. Gotta tell everybody what we're doing. I have to. You don't understand. I have to.
How will they know?
How will they know? Actually, sometimes I wonder if I didn't tell people in the server when I was starting if they would even notice. Because I must have forgotten to do it at least once or twice.
If it's a game that I want to watch, I usually come around the time that you start.
Mm-hmm. Smash usually, people sometimes forget if I don't tell them.
That's also assuming I know what game you're going to stream that day, though.
Yeah, usually I don't think of it until, like, the day before. Alright, I will be right back. There we go. It's the Wickersham Leader Show with today's episode, Egging Me On. Because we're moving out of the refrigerator and into the fire? Yeah, sure. That works. That doesn't work. I messed that up. There was like a more clever way of putting that together, but I didn't do it. Anyways, welcome back, everybody. We're back with more Crash Bandicoot 4. It's about time. Last time, we beat Cortex, and now he's on our side. We're about to go into a new dimension, but not before we wrap up some stuff in the dimension we're currently in, because I have no peace from this hell.
We have a tunnel level or something?
We do have a tunnel level. And
we're never gonna get out of Iceland.
No. And then at some point I had to come back here to show off the inverted versions, but I think I'll do that much later. Yeah. I got nothing else to say. Let's just get into it. We do unlock a Cortex level here soon.
And generally the Cortex levels are all this world and later.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Every single one of them so far is always, like, one world, like... It's like the world you unlock them in, and then, like, usually one before, except for Dingo Dial, who has 2 levels in the same world instead. Right? Yeah, because he... No, he had one in the previous, didn't he? Because he had to go back to... He went to the Japan world. I think.
Did he?
I think. Pirate World, that was it. He was in the Pirate World, so that was 2 worlds before. Anyway, all of Cortex's are in this world and later. And then we have to do the flashback tape, we didn't do last time. Right? Was there a flashback?
We have one left?
I think we have one more.
I thought we caught up.
Oh, no, we might have caught up. I'm trying to think now. She looks cold.
Ooh.
Oh, okay, she is cold.
In the Bermuda Quadrangle.
She's like that person at a party who just sneaks in references to all the cool places she's been to show off.
Yeah. You think so? But she's not
Yeah.
she's not talking to anybody though. Oh, Ooh. Spaced. See, it's spacing. It's not just for Smash Bros.
It definitely feels less obvious where her hitbox is compared to the spin.
Yeah, I mean, I assume it's like where the I assume it's where the like little visual effect is.
Like it's too high.
Well, no, that's just I'm
I think it's
assuming.
pretty high. No, it's too high.
Oh, that. I was like, no, it doesn't seem too high to me. No, that's not what you meant. Hey, what a coincidence that we all keep ending up in the same dimensions, right? I mean,
There's infinite number of them out there, but we just keep winding up together.
it's crazy.
Please let the next world be a beach world. Sunshine and sand, drinks with mini umbrellas.
It's a good thing they also always find another portal, and they're not just stranded ever.
Except
If they
Dingo
just
Dial.
platform far enough, they'll find another way. Yeah, they appear in front of Dingo Dial.
He's not looking to go anywhere. He's like, please, please.
They didn't bother to have different life symbols for the other characters.
No, I've been upset about that the whole time. Oh.
They did in, I think they did in Wrath of Cortex. Did Coco have her own?
I think Coco did have her own in Wrath of Cortex.
They were also weird 3D models instead of icons.
Well, they also had him in Crash 3.
Oh, yeah.
That's hard to time. Aku Aku gets around, man.
Even help Cortex. If needed.
If needed. I'm not exactly happy about this arrangement.
Yeah, these guys are mean.
Oh, that was on me.
It kind of sounds more brutal when she dies compared to the other ones because her voice is just so normal.
Well, she's just, yeah, she's just talking normally while, like, Crash is, like, going...
Even Coco's a little more cartoony.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. Can I... Okay, cool.
It never goes where you want it to.
No. Can I kill this thing?
Sure would be nice.
I mean, I'd be able to use my projectile. Nope.
I don't think I've ever made it up there without taking damage.
Man! Oh, the lab assistant cheers. That's pretty funny. Well, at least there's no flashback tape here, am I right? Oh my gosh, I hate this setup.
Are there ever any on the,
Well, that's
on
what
the other
I mean.
character levels?
No, there aren't. But I'm just saying. Wow.
You've already missed boxes, haven't you?
I'm not trying to get all the boxes. I was just trying to avoid the explosion. Like, right now, I don't care about the boxes in the least. I hate... Okay, so it says X to press to latch on, right? But then also, like... me trying to, like, latch onto it makes me jump automatically, right? So you gotta, like, think ahead.
Yeah. I mean, you can double jump into it, but it's inconsistent.
Oh, an extra
Oh, you got it.
checkpoint. I got the pity checkpoint. Fair enough. I mean, this is where I keep dying. Yeah, I have, like, no control over any of this. There we go. This is a really short Tana section. But then again, the end of the level is, like, right here. Okay, Crash should have seen this. I put all that nitro in front of him.
So did she know she was doing that? Could she, like, wave and say hi?
Crash was even looking for her.
Why does she want to be the mysterious guardian angel?
Because she secretly got a soft spot for Crash and Coco. But is afraid of
But it's gonna
commitment.
be a secret.
Yeah, well, she's a
tsundere baka.
well, she's afraid of commitment because her Coco and Crash are dead. Anyway, I gotta do this again.
How I missed this.
I haven't. What was that even referring to, how we missed this? Like, being chased by Crash?
Maybe he'd like skiing.
Deep Cortex lore.
One thing that has been funnily consistent in all, like, the spin-offs as of late is that, I think it was in one of the earlier lore, like, oh, yeah. In one of the earlier pieces of lore is that Cortex's family was all clowns.
Okay.
And And they just keep giving him clown skins because of that in the spin-off titles. That's not something that was consistent. That's something that's only been more recently, but I'm pretty sure it's because of that old thing. I'm also not sure if his middle name is still Periwinkle.
I think that was introduced in this game.
Was it? Oh.
I've never heard the clown thing before. That must have been like
the clown thing is not
games.
new. It would have been that I mean like that was something that was in like the not a pitch Bible sort of thing, but you know what I'm talking about? Like early
story Bible.
Yeah, something like that. But it's never been explored in a game, so but it's one of those things that they keep referencing in the more recent spin-offs, yeah. Getting the boxes in this isn't so bad. I mean, I'm glad I just don't have to do any, like, actual dashing, which is not going to be consistent because the next time we have a riding section, it will ask me to dash. Anyway, Tana went over to press that button and I don't know what happened after that.
She just wandered off. She found another portal.
To be honest, the only one we even know, like, what happened to is the Dingo Dog, because he got sucked into a portal, and then the rest of them, they just kind of disappeared after it switches over to Crash, so, like...
If these were so common that you could just wander into one all the time, you'd think a lot more people we'd be seeing.
Yeah,
not just
but
these 5.
But if like there's a million of them across all these different dimensions, that still doesn't, you know, that still doesn't make them like common enough to. Oh, bye Cortex. 88 million BCB before Crash Bandicoot. Tape. Blast to the past. A smashing blast to the past. It's Crash Bandicoot!
Make a Pussy. Wasn't that a James Bond movie?
Yeah. Yeah, a James Bond movie. No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
There was unironically a James Bond movie called Octopussy. That was the reference.
That's it, yeah. Now you're making me think about it.
It just means octopus-like, okay?
Something up
I
there.
hate these things. These vines.
Oh, yeah.
Their hitboxes are very not obvious. I spent a
No.
long time in the time trials for these.
Not to mention these weird ankylosaurs?
They're just kind of weird parallels for the Crash 2 turtles.
I hope it lets me hit the button again. Ugh, there it is. Oh, it does. Ah! I gotta, like, look ahead to see when... There we go. And then I die immediately after that. Watch, you know. You can't spin any of them. You can't. Imagine...
Even when you're landing like that?
Well, no, you can, but I mean, you can't spin any of them because there's always a box above them.
Oh, right. Well, I assume they work like the turtles and that, like, the sides are spiky.
Yeah, they are. When they're upside down, you can probably spin them. Ow. Crash Bandicoot thwarted by a tree.
It's okay, he's resilient.
Sure, I can slide into a wall, like, at max speed, but heaven forbid I go a little bit too fast into a tree.
It's like when you die from touching the back of a bullet bill in Mario.
Well, that's where the fire is. You know, not as many are stacked on top of each other as I initially thought. I'm beginning to wonder if they just put that all in the... Oh, okay. Wow, that's actually rather close to the beginning. Alright.
What are stacked on top of each other?
Boxes, a box being stacked on top of another, like a stack of boxes. You know what I mean? Like the one that's off screen.
Oh, yeah.
I was expecting more of them, but it seems like they put them all in the post-apocalypse and then never again. It never fails. It never fails.
Reporting for terrorism.
just book them on the hardest possible thing you can book them for.
Imagine reporting terrorism on Twitch.
I mean,
It must have happened or they wouldn't have the category.
hey, look, there's what's that one? Wawa? The wind elemental?
Wawa is water.
Oh. Lolo. Ugh. So they still exist then, I guess.
I didn't see where you saw it.
It's on that wall back there. Right there. That's Lolo.
Oh. I think the only other character I'm really dying to play in a Crash game is Crunch.
Mm-hmm. We still, I mean, we never got to play as Crunch in a mainline game.
Yeah.
He was strictly multiplayer fodder.
Maybe not dying to play, but he's the only other one that I think could maybe be cool.
Yeah. I mean, it's also, to me, it's weird that they, like, very specifically in both Titans and Mind Over Mutant, they very specifically wrote Crunch, like, out of the story.
He's too strong. The
Like,
story can't handle Crunch. Is the thing on the far right? It is.
Alright, now I see what it is. I should have hit that first. Or, I guess, left some? I don't know. But wait a minute. What are the elementals doing in a different dimension?
Again, why does it need to be a different dimension? This could just be a different time again. Oh, you do have to... No, never mind.
You just have to be patient. What do I do now? Am I supposed to leave some? I am. this is getting... This is a level of pre-planning that bonus stages don't normally ask for.
Yeah, this is a lot of, because you gotta fail it before you know what to do.
Yeah. And I also have to leave some of those, don't I?
Do you?
Yeah.
I wonder if this game even benefited at all from the difficulty. Or if it would have sold just as well had it not been so unreasonable.
Well, whatever the case is, Activision didn't consider it a success.
Activision doesn't consider anything a success.
Yeah.
We did get, like, sales numbers for it. And it
Did you see that?
pretty well.
I like stepped on top of that invisible crate.
I didn't.
Alright, let's do this for real, Zeus. Okay. See, at this point now, it's about just proving I can do it. Oh.
You forgot the thing.
I did. So I'm like, can I salvage this? Wait a minute, if I can get back up to the top without needing to go all the way around, so I can just hit all of the... So I can just hit all these without any issue. So I might have been overcomplicating this, because I didn't realize I could get on there. Hey, Booyo! How you doing? Alright, let's try this again. Alright, that was a lot easier than I was expecting it to be. Okie doke. Oh, right. Hey, there's Wawa.
I don't see him.
On the right, this rock I was looking at.
Oh, yeah.
Where's the crate for this?
Is it?
Oh.
You have to go up and then back.
Better hit that.
I may be occasionally muting myself for taco breaks.
Taco breaks. Oh,
It's Taco Tuesday, an important religious rite of my people.
I see. Oh.
I like the idea that Crash himself hits harder than an explosion.
You finish your taco first. Because I can hear when you hit the button to unmute yourself. Nope. Okay, so we're back here at this section. Oh, you Okay. It works. Whoa. Why can't I? There we go. There was the hidden gem. Whew. Okay.
Maybe this is the alternate continuity dimension where the PS2 games actually take place.
Maybe. So, I didn't get the tape. So I gotta play it again. Might as well... No, I can't get the tape in the inverted versions. It's like, might as well show it off now. No, I can't do that. The tape is actually relatively close to the beginning on this one, so... That's fine. And then we got our first Cortex level.
The Wumpa-meter is a little bit nice in that it tells you kind of how far through the level you are.
Yeah. But you can also be missing a fair bit of Wumpa, because it only asks for 60%.
It's true. Is it 60? I thought 80 was the highest.
The numbers, when you actually see the meter and you see how high it goes, it looks like it's rather low, doesn't it?
Well, it tells you.
Oh, never mind. It does look like.
Never
mind. No, I'm looking at it backwards. It is. It is. I guess it looks different per level. All right, and I didn't. Yeah. Trying to maneuver through this place with those vines sounds awful.
Because they're one of those stop and wait traps.
Yeah, I mean, you can jump over them, but yeah. What box did I miss? Now I'm curious.
I don't know. I wasn't paying close enough attention.
Neither was I, otherwise I would have gotten them all.
This game, that's not always guaranteed.
I bet it was off screen, you know, just to mess with me specifically. There's the
It's crazy how Cortex or somebody took the time to place all these TNT crates in
an ancient, yeah.
PC, yeah.
Hell, you can get an invincibility on this stage. Look at how much not bad that was when I wasn't going for all the boxes.
You can get the hidden gem this time, too, if you want.
That's true.
It's right behind this one. Yeah.
Yep. I hear something thumping around, but that could be literally anything. Well, that wasn't nearly as bad as some of the other attempts I've had. I did that perfectly. And I guess I also got the gem for dying less than 3 times.
Yeah, 80% is the highest.
80%, you're right. Well, that wasn't, I mean, that wasn't so bad at all. How long did that take? Like a minute and like 3 minutes?
I mean, now we're due, though, for every other level to have the flashback tape at the very end.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that. Engine interview. So Engine trained Coco. I guess because he had a falling out with Brio or something?
Or is this Engine's, like, hiring interview and just happens to happen during this test?
You know what? Maybe I think you might be right, actually.
And they're broadcasting it?
I gotta listen to something, I guess. Oh. Wait a minute. Interesting.
So you could skip some of this, but, I mean...
I
not
bet
like
there's
top
boxes
trial on
in
these.
places where the nitros don't... Oh, yeah, see? Oh, never mind. This is... Okay, yep. This is Engine's interview.
He left the intercom on.
Dun,
Dun, dun, dun, dun, dun, dun, dun. It was probably not in time on your end.
Probably not. I almost made it. There are so many nitros, I wonder how long this level actually is.
We haven't heard the Crash 1 boulder music in these yet.
We might have, I don't remember. Can I restart? I want to hear I want to hear Engine talk about his degree. If you listen...
Does not play it again if you die?
They don't play it again if you die, no.
Well, I know people had problems with the running levels. They can't have been helped by the anxiety music playing.
Yeah.
Wait a second. Embryo, you left the mic on.
Is that it? That's all we get?
I guess that's all we get, because we don't get to hear it. I mean, we probably get a little bit more of it. Should you be doing an interview while you're conducting an experiment?
He's a very busy man.
Yeah.
Embryo, the Revivotron.
Is that why his hair looks like that? Because his whole family's clowns?
I guess so, huh?
Embryo, the Revivotron.
I think according to one of the developers of the original trilogy, he uses Rogaine. Oh, you gotta be real precise. The worst part is I can see, where the checkpoint crate is. It's like just down here. Look at that phallic stack of boxes down there.
It is a little bit.
Oh, you know what? Hold on. I don't have to get every box on these. I can just skip one if I don't like it. Assuming I can reach the next one.
What do you mean? Oh, one of the... Yeah.
Like, that one in the middle, I don't like it, so I'm going to skip it.
That might be a trap, that one.
Yeah. Oops, I held X.
Embryo, the bomb.
He gave Crash nothing but a pair of shorts and sneakers, but Coco, well, she gets the works. She gets shoes and a shirt and overalls and a little set of goggles and earrings and where's that? What happened to the flower in her hair?
Who wears earrings?
You can see it in the icon.
Next time, perhaps.
I mean, I can't, but I'll take your word for it.
It's a little blue dot on her life icon.
I bet she was just, like, smart enough to demand more. She threatened to start a union.
My experiments are unionizing. Embryo, what do we do?
We have to get rid of the girl.
I'm losing it.
Maybe they did. Maybe that's why there aren't any in this game.
I bet Dingo, like, is a total sleazy business owner. I bet he pays everyone in cash so that they can't track where his money's going.
Yeah. Well, I guess if CTR is canon, then everyone, like, went on and found their own lives.
Yeah. I did not see the arrow crates down there. Dang it! I was trying to double jump.
Next time, perhaps.
He's not even really paying attention to engine.
Too bad.
If it wasn't for this set of reinforced crates over here, I would just skip all this. Oh, every time I try to double jump over. Here's what I'll do. I'll land on the one before it instead of trying to do all this nonsense.
I kind of wish we had a, like, spin hover that we could cancel. Because that's what would happen with the super spin. It would keep going, and then you'd not be able to bounce on crates.
Embryo, the bomb.
Yes, I've genetically modified my bandicoots so they can double jump! How do I get through? Why am I having so much trouble with it now?
Found it all.
You know what I love doing in my experiments? Putting them in situations where they're sure to die every time.
Well, it's not science otherwise.
Yeah. I can't get around. I can't. Wait, isn't this the boulder music?
No, this is the Crash 2 chase music.
I
'Cause
mean,
they were snowballs in Crash 2. And bears.
and a bear. Still, it's being chased by a. It's being chased by a something.
Yeah. No, I just remember the Crash 1 one was especially scary because of the didgeridoo.
Yeah. What's the point if you can't die? I don't know. Living. There we go. I
Land
can't.
down there. You saw that?
Yeah, I saw it. I saw it last time, but I thought I could, like, just get it this time. There we go. Literally used concentrated sulfuric acid the other day. Oh. How did you get it to concentrate? Get it?
Yeah, I got it. I chose not to laugh.
He had to hold himself back because otherwise it would have been too fun. I hate this.
Now that's funny.
I'm strangling you.
What do you know about that Simpsons City Builder game?
Oh, Tapped Out? I played it once, like, around the time it came out, way back, but now it's shutting down.
I'd never heard of it until I started seeing articles about it shutting down.
Yeah, it was, it lasted a long time for what it is. I didn't touch it!
I don't think you even needed the double jump.
Probably not, but I don't know. I like to stabilize myself. Makes me feel like I have control, you know? I had it too. At least the checkpoint is sensibly placed, I guess.
And you can see it, so you know exactly how far you need to go.
Yeah. I keep doing that. I gotta wait to move downwards. I can't move while it's moving upwards.
I like how we've just... Excuse me. I like how we just stopped questioning that these boxes are floating.
Did we ever?
Like, how does he do that? How does that science work?
Yeah.
Even more so, the nitros are like bouncing while floating.
While floating,
so they're
yeah.
affected by gravity.
I don't know if these nitros should bounce. More so from a design perspective, right?
Yeah, but if they don't bounce, that's how you know that they're, like, fake and they're a secret.
Yeah, in one game. I was holding X.
I don't think the aerial ones did bounce in previous games, though.
I don't remember them really being much in the air in Crash 2 and 3, to be honest. There were, in the Wrath of Cortex, there were non-bouncing nitro, and those were the only ones you could tiptoe on. Because even though there are a few places where you can, like, be, like, in the right position to tiptoe on nitro, if they're not nitro specifically set so that you can tiptoe on them, you can't tiptoe on it. Which
Wrath
just,
of Cortex
which just
and,
shows even
Twins.
more that, like, that power-up was worthless. Sorry, continue.
Yeah, it's kind of pointless. Wrath of Cortex and Twin Sanity both went crazy with the nitros.
They did. Although, to be fair, Twin Sanity is like a different kind of Crash game, so...
It is. It's still mostly about platforming. Also, if I remember correctly, Aku didn't protect you from nitros. In
He
Twin
did
Sanity.
not. You just died. I think that wasn't supposed to... I think... No, that one was supposed to happen because they used nitros to prevent you from getting to places you weren't supposed to get to yet. So they just had it kill you even when you had Aku Aku, which sucked in some of those roller levels where you and Cortex are fighting, because then, like, you just die, even though the nitros are, like, there, even though you have Aku Aku with you sometimes. I can give Twin Sanity some props, I guess, for trying to connect itself to Wrath of Cortex story-wise. That's not something that you would expect it to do, considering that Wrath of Cortex made no attempt to explain the ending of Crash 3.
Yeah.
We can just write off CTR and Crash Bash as, like, whatever, spin-off titles. But, I don't know. It's interesting, at least, that they bothered to, like, show Cortex floating back to Insanity Isles from the Antarctic. And when you find Uka Uka, he's frozen as well.
That just says the devs only bothered to look back one game.
Yeah. Interesting. Because the UI is all on the bottom, you can't really see too well what's below you. Okay. There we go.
Is there stuff we need to get rid of down there? Okay, so we're going to blow up the nitros, or we couldn't get to those crates on the right. So we
Yeah.
can just leave the TNT for now.
Yeah. Ooh. Alright. Well, I almost made it. That wasn't nearly as bad as the first half. Mistimed double jumps aside.
Jumble dumps.
Jumble dumps. Oh, right. Oh, now you're saying jumble dumps. I did a big, tall jump when I was expecting to do a double jump, and instead of it, like, working, it didn't.
Do you think that you'd be interested in playing Croc if they do go through with getting rid of the tank controls?
Well, I have Croc on the PS1. I might want to just play it anyway.
I am very curious if they change anything with the port or whatever it is.
They did just mention that they're getting rid of the tank controls in their Twitter
Did they?
posts. Yeah, they talked about it on Twitter.
Oh, I didn't see it. Great. How did
I do that? Okay.
Gamer.
What's below me? I can't see.
Well, we've been down there. Are you sure there's nothing left to the left that we need?
Well, we can get back up there. Nope, nothing over to the left. Wait a minute. What? Is there something we didn't get? Oh, right. Well, I'll take it. I don't know how that happened, but I'll take it. That's the look of somebody who just bounced off of a nitro without Kapunawa. What an interesting bug. All right. Cortex.
Apparently it still supports tank controls on D-pad?
Yeah.
I'd imagine it'd just be an option.
Hmm. Kinger, probably. All right. First Cortex level, he has a gun. And that makes all the difference.
He does have a gun, but we can't have violence in this game. So it's not really a gun.
Let's see how these
I liked in the Wrath of excuse me, I liked it to Insanity when he would just go pew 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 and he'd like shoot between his feet. Oh, I can't double jump. Okay. That's gonna be hard to unlearn. Literally everybody else in this game has a double jump. But since I have a gun, I can just shoot nitros. Better not be too trigger happy. Oh, nothing up there, huh? Alright. So now we can... yeah.
When I added blockification. Well,
It also released a show bible for a croc pitch, TV pitch that never got made.
Sounds about par for the course for video game characters in the 90s. Oh, it doesn't work on those. Of course it doesn't. Oh, and I can't jump over it because I don't have a double jump. Right! Did my life counter... okay, I was like, my life counter seemed to be... Can I break boxes by dashing through them?
You can.
Okay. I gotta get so used to this. Not having a double jump is a massive change.
You are very reliant on it.
A reticle would do nicely, methinks. Or some sort of lock-on.
Isn't he allergic to these?
To Wumpa?
Yeah.
Did he mention that earlier? Oh, that's right, he is allergic to them. Maybe it's only allergic if he eats them, not if he touches them.
Just collect these for Crash later. He'll enjoy them.
He will like them, my boy. That little flap he does at the end of his dash is gonna mess me up somewhere, I just know it.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of Cortex has a lot of 2D sections compared to most characters, which he kind of benefits from with these controls.
Yeah. Oh, thanks. Suffer. Get blocked, idiot. Oh, still the devil. Oh, no checkpoint yet. Man, I am sucking.
So this isn't, is this a side level, or is this just
This is
a
the main level. This is the... Because, you know, the first level you do with each character is an entire level before you switch to the side levels with them.
Yeah. I'm wondering in-universe why they sent Cortex to do this, just because they don't like him.
Well, maybe he did it of his own... Maybe he did it of his own initiative.
Yeah. He's got to prove his worth to the team.
I do like, though, I really did like, though, on the few occasions where you did play as Cortex, that he got Uka Uka instead of Aku Aku for health.
Yeah. They put that nitro right in a spot where you can't safely detonate it.
There we go. Let me check something. Okay. Wait!
Well, now we have to turn every enemy bouncy.
I can't get up there.
Can you shoot? Okay, that works. Are you really gonna backtrack?
I gotta check now. They put it into my head. Hate this. Oh. Oh.
What? Okay.
Sure, yeah.
I guess that was the tutorial pit.
Okay, we're good.
This is body horror.
Oh
This
yeah,
has
no,
to be
no, it
terrifying
is,
for those
right?
creatures.
Like, you can look inside of them and see their organs. I don't think this is something good guys do, Cortex.
You could at least, like, turn them back before you leave. Gelatinize.
Ooh, bouncy.
Wait a minute. Okay. I can't trust any stack of boxes, right? In any other
Yeah.
game, it's like, oh, you know, a stack of boxes. That'll be nice, you know, like I get a nice bunch of Wumpa from that. No, here, I gotta be like, okay, but like, is there something on top of it that I can't see yet?
I like how they, like, turn and face you. Like, please, change me back!
Uh-oh. I'm, okay. Okay. Woo! Dang it. Did I hit a checkpoint? Okay, I did. Yeah, I should have just done that.
We're gonna be up here later, so you just skipped a bunch of the level.
Did I really? I thought that this
Yeah.
was like a second pathway.
No. I think I've asked this question before, but what would you want from a 3D Donkey Kong? Just more DK64?
I wouldn't mind DK64, but I'm also not going to pretend like that really suits the series as a whole. Transferring Donkey Kong Country's gameplay to 3D is not making it a collectathon. I think Rare just made it a collectathon because, well, they're good at that. They were good at that, you know?
Yeah.
If I wanted to make... Honestly, Crash Bandicoot might not be a bad analog to like what a 3D Donkey Kong game might be. Lots of precision platforming with tough-as-nails difficulty that still encourages you to explore to unlock hidden goodies. Hold on. Do it from here.
Did Kirby have 2D sections, the recent 3D one?
No. No, that was all 3D. But that was also designed differently from what most people expect Kirby games to be, because that was in the style of the Dreamland series. Not like Kirby Superstar, right? So the game was very puzzle-focused, right? It had a lot more, each ability was there to help you solve puzzles, not necessarily to be options for combat.
Well, yeah, I'd like it.
Have you played the Dreamland titles?
Well, I think I played like the first two. The only Kirby game I really like is Adventure. I don't like the beat 'em up ones.
Which is all the Sakurai styled ones, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you do get another dash if you bounce.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like Puzzle Kirby more. Especially if the abilities are like simple and don't have a moveset.
Yeah, that's pretty much what makes them more in the Kirby's Dreamland style, is that they that's like Kirby 64, Kirby's Dreamland 2, and Kirby's Dreamland 3. They all like have one thing they do, and you more so want to hold on to them because they might help you solve a puzzle compared to just keeping your ability because you want to be able to, you know, crush the next boss that comes your way.
Do good guys have volcano lairs? No, watch Star Wars.
Oh, I'm glad that that you've learned something from talking to me.
I wanted to like Kirby 64. It's just so slow.
There is I mean, you could play the modded version that speeds up Kirby, because that's a common complaint, that Kirby literally moves way too slow.
He's got that smash D-to-D horizontal movement.
Yeah. I mean, they also limit the number of times he can hover.
Do they in 64?
Mm-hmm. Eventually Kirby gets tired and falls down.
I mean, otherwise it wouldn't make sense for him to die when he falls down a pit.
There's spikes down there. Why can't I aim?
Cortex in 3D does not feel good.
Ah, there we go. Not without any sort of auto-aiming. I just realized. It's so mean when they do it to you once, because now you're checking the rest of them and you feel like a massive idiot, because it's like, well, okay, obviously I guess there's nothing up here, but like every other time there was something, you know, the one time there is something up there, it implants in your mind. You gotta check every single time.
Yeah.
Alright, can you not...
As much as I love Donkey Kong Country, there were a lot of jump into this random pit bonuses.
In the first game especially, I will give you that. DKC1...
Yeah, no, I mean the first game specifically.
Because, I mean, DKC1 still has the worst bonus placement in the entire series of hiding one bonus barrel inside of another one.
Inside of, like, arguably a glitch inside of another one.
Yeah.
Or a weird trick that you wouldn't think to try.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's a weird trick that, like, why would you try that? Oh, what have I done? Oh, no, it's okay.
You would think they would immediately get as far from Cortex as possible once they turn back.
Nah.
Be a funny callback if there was ever a Cortex fight again where he used a laser gun. If he hits Crash, he turns into one of these.
That would be pretty neat, actually. Alright.
This game doesn't have all the, like, wacky death animations that the
No, it's like
trilogy
most
had.
of the time you just get Crash turning into an angel. I mean, sometimes you get a different one. Like we got Cortex there. We got Cortex there, like touching his butt and be like, "Oh my gosh, it's hot!" when he like burned himself in the lava. But that's about it. Because like, yeah, Crash would explode. He would get smushed. He would flatten himself underneath a boulder.
Death by bees.
Yeah, he's allergic.
Do they want 8 gems for these ones?
Yes. Alright, let's go back and play the other Cortex level. Hey, we're back here. Now we get to see what Cortex was doing before he became a good guy. I must
do like when you get
reach.
to play as bad guys in video games. Like actually doing bad guy things, like Sonic Adventure 2.
Yeah.
We only get one level of it here, though.
Although in Sonic Adventure 2, you, in Sonic Adventure 2's case, the bad guys and the good guys are fighting the same enemy, the U.S. government. Love this song.
The bandicoots are en route. I
Must reach the spot.
Wasn't this the world that had all the pirate zombies? Now we just have wildlife, I guess?
Dodos.
It's like a weird 3-time remix?
Yeah.
I didn't realize how, like, crazy complicated the Mario theme was rhythmically. Until I looked up the
I'm
sheet
blasting the
recently.
viewers. You know, I mean, we were talking about Kirby a second ago. Marx's theme is one of the most complicated, like, pieces of music.
I know, that's the one that always comes up.
Yeah. Because it's got wacky time signature shenanigans.
That's constantly changing.
Yeah.
Bless any orchestra that performs it live. I think there is, yeah, there's something down there to get. That's the optional path if you're going for all boxes.
Might as well check it out.
You can do some shenanigans with bouncing. Oh, you gotta dash between them, bounce, and then dash back. Or I guess you could just hit the top one. That one doesn't matter.
Well, that wasn't that
Gamer.
bad. But how do I get up here? Oh, there's a thing down here.
Is there anything to the left? There is.
Whoops. What the heck? Oh. Wow. Uh-oh.
The little Looney Tunes flail is nice because it gives you a chance to react to where you stop.
Yeah, but it also always makes me second guess myself. Oh, I thought that for a second. I thought it made that noise after I hit it. I was like, oh, thank you.
On a cold winter's night, have yourself a bite
Of Bandicoot stew. I don't know what that's referencing. I bounced on a nitro and lived. Again. That time I didn't even hit the nitro and I died.
Well, I looked it up and all of the results are from Crash 4, so I don't know if it's a reference to anything. Why did I put all these nitros here?
There's quite a bit of the level left after this point.
Just a few more steps and you'll be Bandicoot.
Wait, so he came here earlier to set this up and then left, and then he had to platform back?
Yeah. Nah.
Why wouldn't he just camp out here immediately after setting it up?
Hypothermia.
You ever watch any slow-mo guys videos?
No.
No. They have like a specific sound effect they use. I was thinking of this mask, but with that sound effect.
Is it like a
Something like that.
Here's where the tape was. I remember it like it was yesterday.
That's how trauma works.
But it was yesterday. Okay, I just landed on the box.
People seem to be liking the new Dragon Ball game.
Oh,
least-
yeah, I mean, it's basically just a new Budokai Tenkaichi, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, it seems to have hit that mark, at least, so people who liked the Tenkaichi games are liking it.
Yeah. I mean, if you're not a fan of anime arena fighters, then you're probably not gonna like it. Because these games are not really about balance.
No, but they're still
fun. Well, that's what I'm
the
saying.
Tenkaichi ones stand out from other arena fighters.
Just for the massive amount of characters.
No, because they have more complex gameplay and are more balanced than most anime arena fighters.
I see.
Probably not to the standards of a Street Fighter fan, but, you know, low bar.
I hit something up there. I hope that was everything that was up there.
Only we had a camera.
You're telling me. I don't see anything around here, so I guess I'll just go into that cave and kind of hope.
Are you sure you don't want to follow it all the way down?
Oh, didn't think about that. I will, just give me a second. Look who was right.
Now, if you get this now, you're gonna have to go back and get all these. Oh, there's another one up there. Oh, okay.
There it is.
They're in a sequence.
Yep.
Remember that bonus stage in Crash 2 that just made you run back and forth activating those?
Yeah. You know what? I will ride this all the way down because you
can see
implanted
when it's
that.
going to start falling.
Yeah, because you've implanted that idea in my head.
And in the base level, there was like a crate off to the side down here. There it
They
is.
kept it here. Of course they kept it there. I love video games.
I'll bet this would have sold as just equally as well if it just wasn't as hard.
Yeah.
I don't think this added to the game. Not even as hard, as mean.
Yeah, because it's not difficulty. It's just making you work extra hard for the same rewards. Pixel hunting in no sense.
Are there any DOS games you'd play?
Does Doom count?
Not really. Wasn't Dragon's Lair DOS?
Uh,
Or was it like Super NES?
did I hit that crate after we... Did I hit the checkpoint after we went back? Yeah, I think I did.
You did. You hit the checkpoint after activating those TNTs.
But we already saw that, though, that they stay dead. See? They're gone.
The TNTs do. I wasn't sure that the crates surrounding them would be, but it looks like they are.
That guy kind of sounds like Ganon. Cool.
Love when that happens. Ugh. When you accidentally body slam.
Yeah. I probably could have made it back if I just immediately activated the time slow again.
So if they don't attack Cortex, doesn't that imply that they're allied with him?
Good question. Maybe he just hasn't run into them.
Sign on with the Zombie Fisherman Union?
No, he hates unions. We already went over this.
Okay, you're right.
Cortex works exclusively with scabs.
He taught Dingadal all he knows.
I learned it from watching you, okay? Dingo Dial. Is that true?
It's kind of funny that he only ever, like, kind of refers to Crash as his son,
Yeah.
despite him being the creation he hates the most. Unless maybe all of the others have the last name Cortex. Tiny Cortex, Koala Cortex.
Well, he also named Crash himself, and it wasn't a code name like Coco's, right?
Yeah. Crashworth. Did that activate anything behind us? I don't remember if there were any.
Guess we'll check. I do like the vibes of this music track, though. Okay, nothing.
Now we know.
I blame you for that.
Yeah. For planting the idea. I say this every time. I just wish the music in this game was more pronounced.
Yeah.
The original was so in your face with the melody and all. And this just sounds like it was made to be in the background.
Yeah. I do like this song, for what it's worth. But that's also why I like the Cortex themes in his levels, right? It feels like it's made for you to listen to it, right?
Yeah.
This sounds...
Insanity's music was so noticeable it could be called distracting. I do like it.
Yeah.
Kind
It
of
do-
glad it
I mean,
wasn't a
it-
long-term thing for Crash.
It really does fit Crash as a character, if you ask me. Like, I can imagine that's what's going on in his head.
He's just hearing Spiral Mouth all the time.
He's just hearing, like, you know, like, it's nonsense.
You know, when you think about it, Crash Bandicoot sounds like a Metal Gear character.
You know what? I can believe that. Please tell me that was
behind
all.
the waterfall. Well, go back.
Oh,
Behind the waterfall.
we're gonna miss some.
Yeah. It's cold hard Crash all over again.
I don't know if I'd say Cold Hard Crash was better or worse than this. At least the level itself was fine outside of that one segment.
The backtracking, yeah.
I mean, that's why it's so infamous. Hey, we actually got it. They gave like they have a Dingo Dial and Tawna and Cortex like victory animations, but they're only used for one level apiece.
Oh, yeah.
These really should just end, though. They shouldn't have the part where you have to replay the level again. I don't know why they're set up that way.
If they wanted to remix the level, they could have just done that instead of the inverted ones.
Yeah. Is there a tape in here? There was not. Okay.
Meanwhile, back in the present of 88 million BC,
Dino Dash. Alright. If I remember
I
correctly,
wonder
the
what's
tape...
going to happen in this level.
If I remember correctly, the tape for this one is right near the end.
Yeah, I think it's right by the exit.
So I'm not gonna try to get all. I'm not gonna really focus too hard on getting all the boxes. If I miss some, I miss some. I'm not gonna like try too hard to backtrack for it. Just gonna see if I can get to the end in one piece. We love it when the game has a loading screen to another loading screen, though.
Well, they would have put a mini game on one, but you know.
No, that by 2019
I
it was
know.
over.
When do you think their Pokeball throwing mechanic will run out?
I don't know. I have no idea how long patents last, and I also don't know how Japanese law works. Maybe if I took the time to actually listen to these songs on their own, at some point, I would be a lot more willing to, like, you know, I would be a lot more receptive to them, but nothing sticks out.
Yeah.
That's like the
Maybe if
fly
they were just
traps in
mixed
Crash 2.
differently. Okay, he touches acid and then just kind of keels over.
It's poison, I think.
Oh. It's that green poison.
It's a green poison or purple poison. It's good poison, sir. Look inside, green poison.
Give Crash a melting and acid death, cowards. Go full
Oh,
Mortal
what a world!
Kombat.
What a world!
Yeah, he'd go down and he'd do the Terminator thumbs up.
Ow! I can spin those bugs, can't I?
I think the only time that kind of death happened was the seed bombs in Crash 2. And it was always weird because they were explosive, but
I guess they
were
explode
poison
into like a
explosive.
poison and powder or something. I just realized I have to I haven't even gotten to like any of the difficult part yet, so now we're trying to get the tape.
These Carnivines are kicking your ass.
I know, and they're ground based too. Their extra ground typing means that my fire doesn't work so great.
If you were to add a Pokemon type, what would it be?
Light, probably. That's one that'll. Oh, I know fairy's kind of like the light type. Because, like, okay, the thing that a lot of, I think the thing that a lot of people, like, this is like a translation issue, but the dark type doesn't mean darkness. Like, it means it's the evil type, right?
Yeah.
So, it's about things that are evil. That's why fighting beats it, because the fighting's like the hero, right? So, like, if I was to add a new type, some people have suggested sound as a type, but there are so few, like, Pokemon that I would give that type to. I don't know how, like, and what would the purpose be? Because, like, the reason the fairy type existed was to just gut dragon.
Yeah, and to make poison and steel better offensively.
Yeah.
That's usually how they decide types, is, like, for balance purposes.
Yeah. I mean, that's why they invented the dark type in Gen 2. To balance Ghost.
As it was. That was the attempt. Oh, to balance Ghost? I think Psychic.
Oh yeah, Psychic too. Because Dark worked on... Dark was super effective against Ghost as well.
It was, yeah. But, like, was Ghost broken in Gen 1? Because it was already... They already made the mistake that it was weak to Psychic.
Yeah. Oh, I still have to jump over. And I gotta restart the level! You know what? I'm just gonna go through it. Because then I at least know what's coming up, right?
I would probably opt for sound type. The fairy aren't really, like, light type in that sense. They're kind of, the gimmick is kind of non-violence in a weird way.
But I think, well, the gimmick I think is Fey. So that's why, like, that's why Grimmsnarl's fairy type, right?
Yeah.
So the fairies can be a lot of things. I just think that the kind of stuff you would do with a light type would overlap with what fairy type does, you know? Sometimes Dazzling Gleam, for example, sounds like a light type move, you know what I mean? Man, these dinosaurs sure are dying in very unusual ways. Anyway, that's a Dingodile level. You can even hear a Dingodile.
Off in the distance, you hear a loud crikey.
Crikey. Oh, crikey's into the distance. Problem with light, I think it does kind of step on fairy. Like, think of anyone who would get it that isn't already fairy besides maybe Chandelure.
I think sound would be like the Whismer family, Voltorb, off the top of my head.
Yeah, but that's... Yeah, and there are some attacks that do have sound properties. Heck, there's an ability called Soundproof, which makes you immune to sound-based moves, but I don't know if it's, like, enough, you know?
Yeah. Well, it's more than... maybe not, but it's more than any other case has, I feel.
Mm-hmm. What if we just added a second fire instead? Fire 2. Yeah.
What if we made the combination of fire and fighting its own type?
We call it the Infernape type, or the Blaziken type, I guess.
I don't know how common wood is as a suggestion.
I mean, it's grass is a catch-all for plants in general, so I don't know if wood in its...
It is. It is a classical Chinese element.
Yeah.
And also, when I was young and I was thinking about it, I would think that wood would be weak to water, because, like, you know, it absorbs it, but I don't know.
Get out of my way! That guy's gonna kick my butt! Mana type? That's not really a type. Hey, hold on.
Magic type is basically fairy type.
And psychic.
I guess.
Well, because,
Psychic is more because of the, like, psychic sci-fi craze in the 90s in anime.
Yeah.
It was a hugely popular topic, and that's also why Earthbound is that.
Mm-hmm.
It's not magic, it's science.
I mean, psychic is more like folk magic and things of that nature, you know.
Not like telekinesis and the stuff Pokemon do. You're thinking of like fortune telling.
Yeah, and I mean that's
Not a
also
thing that's in Pokemon.
I mean spoon
So you want to count like future sight? Yeah, that's telekinesis.
I guess so. Cause well, what about like hypno? That's like
That's hypnosis. That's also not really like occult mystic stuff.
I'm trying to think. What are occult mystic stuff? Oranguru?
Eh. More like a wise man kind of thing.
What have I done?
I don't know what your plan was there. Like, he's the classic kind of go into the mountain and train to become a...
Yeah.
My idea for a Jinx evolution that's never going to happen is just, like, a giant face and hands with a fortune teller gimmick and an ice crystal ball.
Yeah, because a Nintendo needs more faces with hands.
Well, they don't have one in Pokemon yet. That's why they're going to buy the idea.
Gengar. Excuse me, Haunter.
Haunter, yeah.
Yeah.
Haunter is way cooler looking than Gengar, though.
It is. There's still some people who are really sad that that Gengar lost its levitate. Okay.
Yeah. Don't know what your plan was.
I don't know what my plan was. Oh, hold on.
You gotta jump on the TNT and then quickly jump up and break those crates to get over before it explodes.
No, no, no. I used the crates to bounce over to the TNT on the right. Yeah. Oh, I don't need to go that way. Anyway,
You have to
babies.
do this whole time sync section first. I like how for the longest time they attempted to make some kind of continuity in Pokemon where, like, oh, you didn't get this baby Pokemon in previous generations because you didn't have the incense for it.
Yeah.
Oh, Eevee didn't have this evolution because you needed a special rock that didn't exist in Kanto.
Now they're doing it with regional variants, so it's like, well, nah, no, I mean, they don't do that here, so fair.
They also just kind of gave up on that in that I think Eevee now evolves with stone. What are you doing? Okay, this is your plan now.
Because the TNT blows up all the crates on the side. I need to clear the path first. So that crate on the right must be maintained.
You don't need to do what you're doing.
What do you mean?
You just go to the TNT on the right, and then before it blows up, go up and over through the crates on top. You see what I mean?
No. It's not TNTs all the way up?
No, there's 3 regular crates on top that you can just spin through.
Oh.
See?
I didn't even notice. Alright. Gonna...
Go on.
No, I'm just gonna try to get all the crates.
I never really understood why Fairy was good against Dragon.
I don't know.
Like, I get the other type effectiveness for it.
Maybe it's like when the hero gets like magical help from some deity or something.
Steel's type effectiveness was fully a balanced choice.
Yeah.
Because in the beta, it was weak to water and electric, which is what I would think would be logical, but
water doesn't need more things it's strong against.
Yeah. That's not gonna blow up, is it? No. Gotta check.
Gotta check.
I think this is also
There's
a
the
level where
tape.
you could get...
Okay.
Well, okay, that's not the very end, at least.
This is pretty much the end, though.
I think this is another level where you can get invincibility.
They just have to, yeah, but they have to hide all 3 Aku Aku in the same level, though, because you can't take it with you to different levels.
I don't know if there's any way it would happen, but that's a big thing I would like for a Mario Maker 3, is the ability to make your own world and also let people carry over their power-ups and things.
You can make your own world in Mario Maker 2, can't you?
Yes, but the power-ups don't carry over between levels.
Oh.
It would also be nice to have some kind of collectible, like the big coins in New Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah.
That would add so much potential for bonus areas, whereas you don't really have a reason for them in Mario Maker.
No.
You don't need lives.
It never ends! Well, that's a unique death anime. Oh, he shows me.
Look, he's fine. See?
Okay, he does break him. Interesting that Wrath of Cortex was the one game where it's like, oh yeah, anything broken by the thing chasing you doesn't count after 2 games where they did.
It is kind of an outlier that
In
way.
fact, in Crash 1, and I think okay. In fact, in Crash 1, I think the boulder jumps over crates.
There's probably a few cases like that, yeah.
I think in the Insane trilogy, I should say maybe it's in the Insane trilogy rather than the original, but I'm pretty sure in the Insane trilogy, the boulder will actually, like, straight up jump over any crates in its path. Like, it just jumps inexplicably.
I don't think that's for every crate. I think there's some that are placed by design so that it will bounce over them.
Any it does happen to break do count in the Insane trilogy, but, yeah. I keep messing up my jumping spots for some reason. I can't see where I'm going.
I think it'd be faster to just do normal jumps on these.
Yeah, you're
not
probably
slides
right.
or doubles. Now imagine this, but you have to be rhythmically spinning through the entire level.
You're all too true.
Ah! You know, the double jump killed you.
I should have just done slide jumps instead.
You should just normal jumps. That's
No,
how they're spaced for.
Are you sure? Because they don't look like they reach that far.
You almost went too far and into the lava with the double jump.
Oh, okay. It does not look like I'm gonna make it. Sucks to be you, I guess. I missed one.
Alright, now flashback tape.
Ain't that the way? Yeah, we gotta get the flashback tape. Oh, I don't know if I want that Crash skin.
Weird balloon skin.
He's like a pool floaty. Now I'm thinking, like... Fairy, at this point in Pokemon, has gotten to the point where it is now the best type. It is Eclipsed Dragon. And it is, if you have Fairy, that is like one of the best types you can have. If you have Fairy Steel, God help us all, right? I mean, it's no coincidence that in Gen 8, Zamazenta was like the best, most broken thing in the entire game. And before then, Klefki, which was not that amazing, but its typing made it just able to do basically whatever it wanted.
Is what's effective against that? Just ground?
Fire?
Yeah, fire.
I don't know if ground's effective against it.
Well, it's super against steel, so it would be if they don't have levitate.
Yeah.
It sees you.
Yeah, and then like that, it's like, well, you know what I know what I'm eating today. Crash is like, "Ugh." So I was watching a video about the beta versions of Crash 3, and apparently in the prehistoric levels, the Triceratops was going to have a lab assistant riding it.
Huh.
Wait a minute. Oh my, this is what I missed, isn't it?
There, you gotta go around and onto that thing.
Wow.
If you hit it from the bottom, it breaks.
That's what I missed. I didn't even, I must have not even been paying attention.
What is this mysterious green poison?
Yeah, I knew it was gonna happen. Maybe regular jumps would suit me fine. What gimmicks in Pokemon do you think are left to utilize? I feel like they've done everything. Well, they'd have to make a new gimmick, because they're gonna do that every generation now, right?
Yeah.
But they've tried giving Pokemon's new temporary evolutions. They've tried changing your type, which is the new one. Giving them special powered-up single-use moves.
Giving them that again, but also they're giant.
I guess I mean, Dondozo's gimmick of fusing two Pokemon together is pretty interesting. And it's different from, like, Kyurem's gimmick of fusing two Pokemon together.
It's more like Plusle and Minun, but effective.
Yeah. Well, now Plusle and Minun, you don't even need to stick them together anymore, because now Plus and Minus work with Pokemon who have the same ability, unlike before.
But it's still
where
such a worthless ability.
yeah, exactly. Like, that means you're basically running two electric types, and it's like, why would you run two electric types together?
But you get one increase in special attack.
Yeah. There are very few Pokemon that even have that ability in the first place. One that comes to mind is the Clink Clang line has it. Even being a pure steel type, nobody ran Clink Clang. Because it was in the same generation as Ferrothorn. What about a Pokemon?
What if you could equip a fifth move to a Pokemon?
That would change
What
a
if that's
lot,
the
wouldn't
gimmick?
it? I mean, that would be quite the gimmick, wouldn't it? That would change a lot.
You could only use it once per battle, but you could attach a fifth move to a Pokemon to pull
What
out
if you
suddenly.
could choose a move from all the other Pokemon on your team one time?
Oh, like fighting game switch-ins.
Yeah, it's like an assist.
That'd be an option. The teamwork region.
Make it Canada.
No, you first, eh?
That changes the ability me first to you first.
That's what Jack has always wanted, a Pacific Northwest region. With, like, Bigfoot and cryptids and such.
Play Donkey Kong Country 3.
If you play Archipelago, you can find, like, potions and stuff there.
Gosh, that was really bad for me. I mean, I basically beat the entire game, so I had nothing else I could do.
Yeah, all the stuff was locked in the Zelda games.
But hey, at least you finished your game.
Well, we both finished ours.
Well, yeah, but I mean, the goal was that you get to finish.
Yeah.
I finished mine because there was really nothing preventing me from going except for a few items, which were found relatively quickly.
I'm hoping by, like, a year from the last time we did it, they'll have the Banjo-Tooie done.
Oh yeah, Banjo-Tooie would be very nice.
Darian wants to do Castlevania 64, which for some reason was the first Castlevania game they added.
Probably because of the number of, like, items in that game.
Oh, they also sync? Is that necessary?
Yeah. It should be coming up.
What if they did co-op for this, but, like, after you destroy a crate, it still leaves, like, a ghost crate that the other person can use to platform?
I'm trying to imagine trying to get 2 people through these levels at the same time, and it's not working.
I guess, yeah, stuff like this, they'd have to start the chase at the same time.
What if it was just like, what if it was just like Donkey Kong Country, where you had cooperative multiplayer, where both players take turns, but also versus multiplayer, where one person is Crash and Coco, and the other person's fake Crash and fake Coco, and they see which one completes the most levels.
Got the tape, don't care.
It's poetic. Talk about. I've heard of burning VCR tapes, but this is ridiculous. Actually, do people say burning a tape? No, that's just for discs, isn't it?
Yeah.
You just record a tape.
Have you ever known anyone with a tape rewinder?
No. Almost every VCR I've ever used could rewind tapes on its own.
My aunt had one. I don't know why, if that, like, wasn't a common feature in old VCRs or something.
I guess not. It must have been, like, the mechanics to, like, play the tape backwards must have not been common. Tape rewinder. Yes, indeed. I just realized I have to play this again when Dingo Dial comes through here.
Hard mode Dino Chase. They only had one chase level in this. No, they had the car. Never mind, engine.
Yeah. Is there not another one after this?
I don't remember. Oh, I think maybe there's one on the alien creature that you ride.
Well, at least he's having fun.
You'd think all these, like, deaths and revivals would leave them traumatized.
Goodness, if it isn't Lani Loli. How are you, brother?
Sorry to interrupt, but existence could end at any minute, so can we hurry?
When's existence ever done anything for anyone anyway?
I feel that.
Oh, don't mind Grumpy Gus. He's always a downer.
Yeah, don't mind me. I don't matter. Nothing matters.
Now that we found Ika Ika, that's all 4. What's next?
We can't close the rifts until we stop whatever's opening them.
That would be Entropy and his precious rift generator.
Sounds like it's time
He's so
to
petty.
Take credit for inventing that, too.
Well, no, because it's sucking.
May I assist?
No. we're just collecting you like Pokemon cards. All right, now we're in space. Well, I mean, we're in space,
Last place, not corrupted by capitalism. Nitro bounce crate test.
the nitros bounce, I guess. Oh,
Or
wait, I
just
know what this
nitro
is.
crates and bounce crates.
No, yeah. I don't know. I remember what this is. You have to bounce on it 3 times, and it turns into a nitro. But you need it to turn into a nitro so that they blow up.
I don't remember these at all. I just completely forgot.
Secret surprise.
I guess he decided these crates were kind of useless, so he didn't bring them
He
back.
didn't
for
bring
his
'em,
future
yeah.
Evil endeavors.
But I need them. I need to make sure they turn into nitros.
Yeah. And some of them are already primed, so they only take 2 jumps.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that was just me being goofy. Haha.
Crash 2 music was so funky and so techno
Yep.
compared to the others.
I should have noticed as soon, you know, as soon as it like just stopped showing me the arrow on the bottom there, I should have realized. It's a little annoying that I have to bounce on them 3 times though.
Yeah. In Crash 2, you'd have to bounce on them 10 times.
Well, I thought Crash 2 introduced the 5 box bounce.
The original did not. They probably added it to Insane Trilogy.
Hey, isn't that tiny?
Where?
On the picture up there. That's tiny.
Now, sweet Bandicoot.
He's wearing his Roman gladiator outfit from Crash 3.
He already knew what his dream was.
And Cortex just let him live it. There were no other levels there was no other level in in Roman times, so he's just like, oh, Tiny wants it, better let him have it. He's been a good boy lately. Imagine being Tiny. Imagine being one of the most loyal, like, one of the most loyal minions to Cortex. Always by his side, and he does not care about you nearly as much as he cares about the one who betrayed him.
Is he more loyal than anyone else?
He's never, I mean, Engine might be, I mean more than all the other, like, mutants. Oh, baby Cortex on a picture up there.
Crash 3, Baby Cortex.
Don't think so. I think it's like just a picture of
Twin
him
Sanity
as, like,
Child Cortex looked weird.
Is that his mother?
No, she's a clown.
Yeah, but I think, like I said, it wasn't something they ever, like, specifically made canon in the game, so. Oh, it counts if you hit them from below. Good to know.
time, perhaps.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Experiment failed.
Maybe it'd be worth just doing each line as you go.
Yeah, that one. Okay, better idea. Another bot! Ugh.
Too bad.
Terrorism.
Experiment failed. The subject's hair has impressive volume and shine. And that bounce. Embryo, I wish to try whatever pet shampoo our furry friend uses. My follicles are simply decaying.
Whoa! I didn't
Discount.
count. I didn't, yeah. I was already thinking of my next, like, 5 moves. That's fine.
Found it all.
All I need to do is get rid of the bottom one.
Hear any Christmas music yet?
Nope, not around here.
I thankfully have not either.
One, two, three.
This one's 2.
Yeah. I'm kind of busy scouring the whole environment looking for references, if I'm honest.
I feel like we're gonna get a point where we have a rapid fire sequence of just one bounces. It's gonna be like, what, fueled up, tanked up?
I don't know how to do that one.
I think
Tank.
that's my
Tanked
least
up?
favorite DKC
Oh,
level.
tanked up trouble, the one where you have to. See, the thing is, I just dislike that level because of how long it takes. At this point, like, I have played those games front to back so many times. I've memorized like every trick that the games throw at me, right?
Yeah.
So, no level in DK and any of those games I would say is actually hard for me anymore. But I'm not gonna like pretend like they're not hard to anyone else. But anyway,
I don't think I've died on it for a very long time. It's just a stressful level because of the nature of it.
yeah. But I've like dang near memorized it. You know what I mean?
That's mean.
I don't know how to get that.
You'd have to bounce perfectly on all 3 crates under it.
Yeah.
Experiment failed.
What makes best viewers anyway? Do they like me as a person when they show up?
I don't know, they're robots. I don't take any stock in cogs, okay?
Oopsie poop bumps.
Didn't mean to do that. You know what, I was prepping a crouch.
It's always how it happens.
strange that some of these crates are like, just kind of. Oh, I thought that was a steel crate for a moment. Mm.
Next time, perhaps.
Look at how distinguished that Cortex is.
I guess it hasn't happened yet, but
Yeah.
you know, he made all those ancient arts of himself in Crash 3. I think he kept some of those.
I mean, how about I mean, not to mention though, in Crash 1, like there's a couple of parts of the islands that has like Cortex's face on it, and it's not like on Cortex Island.
Yeah.
Like in one of the gem routes of one of the areas of the first island.
I know what you're talking about, where you fall down.
Yeah, and there's just his face on a wall back there. There's another one with Embryo too.
This is my secret insane island hideout.
It's got
No girls allowed.
Embryo, the revival.
I would have been able to make that if I had jumped a little earlier.
Experiment.
That's such a mean spot too.
It is.
Ooh. Almost forgot. How bad would that be? I finally get all the way through and I realized I missed one crate that I forgot to transform.
So statistically, these crates have never been at a Crash level.
Guess so.
He'd be too dumb to understand them. Oh, there's only two under it. They're staggered.
Next time, perhaps.
So you'd have to like hit it and quickly double jump. I
That's
think,
what
to
I'm.
get two
Yeah,
hits
that's
in
what
a
I'm
jump.
trying to do. These kind of crates I don't think appear in any of the normal levels too.
Yeah.
My experiment.
I can't do it. I can't.
Okay, so I think if you hang to the left after the first one and don't move over the right one, because that way you can double jump without breaking the one on the right.
Somebody on the team remembered Tiny, but didn't think he was important enough to bring back. I tried double jumping into it.
You've done it before, so we know it's possible, right?
Yeah. I hope the rest of the level is a cakewalk after that. It better be after what they're putting me through. I hope the checkpoint is right there, too.
I don't think we've ever had a harder second half of these levels, have we?
Maybe once or twice. But almost every time it's been like, oh, well, that was way easier than the first half for no reason. Although that last level, I cheesed it.
You could just throw yourself that nitro on top until you happen to glitch it. Oh.
Hey, I'm not complaining.
I didn't know that was an option. Oh, you have to get 2 of them and then blow the top 2 up so you can get the bottom 2.
Oh, okay. I thought I hit the bottom.
And we still haven't gotten a checkpoint yet.
No. Well, I mean, this is a checkpoint right here, but...
Oh, yeah.
What do you think made Cortex give up the classic castle aesthetic with the skulls and everything? Think it was too passé for him?
Do you think he built it, or did it exist on the island when he came
Considering it's called Cortex Island, maybe his family built it. Or like somebody in his family owned it before him, I don't know. Because whoever he's related to that had Nina is also evil, because he sent her to evil school. There we go. Oh, I see. Flippin' knew that was gonna happen.
Revivotron.
I was just looking at it for a second, trying to figure out what exactly am I supposed to do here.
Sony announces removal of Little Big Planet 3 from the PlayStation Store.
Why?
Or the PS4 version. Is it because not enough people are buying PS5s?
It's not like the PS5 is hard to come by, but also the PS4 is now 11 years old. Maybe it's just that time.
The original game was a PS3 game.
Yeah. Okay. Here's what I'm thinking. Nope, that didn't work.
Embryo, the Revivotron.
Yeah, we're gonna try to, on purpose, manipulate the nitro jump glitch. Man, you're popular today.
Usually no one texts me.
You know who I usually get messages from? Robots trying to advertise something or trying to trick me into thinking I bought something. Because they'll be like, your delivery is on the way, and then you like, no, I didn't order anything, so you go check and they go to their website and it's like, log in, and then there you go.
Shut up, phone.
Too bad.
always get political ads through texts. I've seen a couple of those where it's like your name and they'll say something like, your name, it's Kamala Harris. And it's like, oh my gosh, Kamala Harris is talking to me?
I get those on my work phone, but not my normal phone. I don't know where they get these numbers from.
Usually from a data breach.
Any interest in the Avatar RPG that's being worked on?
We talked a little bit about it.
We did, yeah.
I never watched the show all the way through. I've seen like an episode or two, and I'm not the biggest Avatar fan, so I'm not like hyped for it or anything. But I don't know. Maybe it can be my introduction to the series proper, you know? The worst part about this right now is how much time I have to spend breaking all of these so that I can get over there. See you later, Booyah. 2, 3. 2, 3. You know, this is a lot better than it was yesterday, though, because we actually started and finished a world compared to last time.
It's a very short world, but yeah.
Yeah.
Does it have 2 or 3 levels?
3. The first one, Cortex, and then the last one where the dinosaur chases you. And 4, I guess, since there's also Dingo Dial. Woo-hoo-hoo! I knew that was gonna happen. It's like the slightest miscalculation of your position and it's over, you know?
Yeah. It's a very demanding one. Is Sonic Rumble not out yet?
Sonic Rumble?
The mobile game with little chibi versions of the characters?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't heard anybody talking about it. I assumed most people in my circles wouldn't really be talking about it because it's just a mobile game, you know?
Yeah.
I've seen some good mobile games out there, but I think a lot of the times, though, people would rather play them on their big boy consoles if they can.
Like people our age, for sure.
Yeah.
There's like a hard line where someone who grew up with mobile games, like if one of us says, oh, they're not really real games, they just roll their eyes and keep playing them.
Yeah, of course. And I'm not saying that they're not real games either, because they are. There are some really good ones there, but for me personally, I like having a console or a computer, you know? It just feels
You're not
better.
really
for me.
a gamer if you only play mobile games.
That's not true.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're not one of them capital G gamers, I guess, but like,
I think it would be disingenuous to say your hobby is video games when you just play like very small mobile games, but I don't know.
I disagree. I think that's pointless gatekeeping, personally.
I would be disappointed by that dating app profile. Like, oh. I guess we can't really be friends after all.
Well, that's a different conversation entirely. But anybody who plays video games as a hobby is a gamer, full stop. Doesn't matter what kind of video game. Doesn't matter if you only play cool math games. Because doing this real gamer stuff doesn't really help anybody, you know?
Oh, it does specify the hobby enough for people to make connections to people they actually have something in common with.
Well, then at that point, you
It's
might as
like
well
how it-
say mobile gamer, PC gamer, or something like that.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Although
Yeah.
PC gamer and console gamer kind of there's a lot of crossover because that's
Yeah,
largely
yeah,
the
I
same
know.
body of games.
I mean, for some reason, people still argue about consoles versus PCs, and it's, oh gosh, it's such a tired argument. We all know PCs are better. That's not why people buy consoles, you know? I buy Nintendo consoles because of their exclusives, which isn't the same thing you could say for every console gamer. But, like, I don't know, consoles got a nice form factor. It's not an issue at all.
I think people are just kind of they do it out of habit because that's what they've always done, basically. And a few people probably just think like setting up a PC for gaming is complicated, and they just want it to be easy.
And I mean, even if you do get like a simpler PC, it does take more steps than just plugging the thing in, right? Oh. I can't do this! I can't, like, there is no room for error.
Does this counts as the second half of the level being harder than the first half?
Oh, yeah. And I can't glitch my way into getting this one with the nitro glitch.
That's quitter's talk. I wonder if there is a way to do it consistently, and like some people know about it.
Could you, I mean, would you be willing to check it out online to see if there's something like you can do with it?
So I doubt it's something that you could learn in the span of the stream, but
Yeah.
maybe it's a speedrun trick people know. Crash for Nitro Bounce. In Crash 4, you can safely jump off nitro crates as long as you do a high bounce off of an edge or corner of them. Okay, so it's the size of the explosion hitbox that isn't big enough to
catch
damage
you. Yeah. Gotta be real particular about it, I wager.
That sounds easier than I would think, though, so if you just get it on the very corner, then it could be possible.
But the question is, can I even do it with these?
I don't know why they'd be different from any other nitro crates.
Because they're stuck, and I can't hit the corners. Oh!
Yes. If you accidentally went into the end there.
Never mind, we figured it out, like, when we looked it up anyway. Alright, what's left? Oh, Dingo Dial. We gotta do the Dingo Dial level here before we can move on. Well, we're making good time. It's only been 2 hours.
So after this, we have space, and then we have snacks.
Yeah, snacks
and then
dimension.
So we have 3 worlds after this.
Yeah. And then I gotta still show off the inverted versions of all of these.
Balloon Coco. She looks even worse.
She does look even worse. She looks terrifying. Rock blocked. Oh, I get it. Wait a minute.
That should be like a Ratchet and Clank time travel game. Ratchet and Clank clock blocked.
That was the original title for one of them.
Oh, was it really?
Mm-hmm. It was called Clock Blockers, but I forgot which game that was. Oh, it was the Rift in Time. No, not Rift in Time. What was there was one game that had time travel in it, where Clank got this staff that allowed him to, like, time travel, and it turned out that the plumber is, like, some sort of dimension-hopping deity. You know the plumber in, like, the first game who, like, just kept showing up?
Yeah.
Yeah, they gave him lore that he's apparently some sort of magical being.
We just finished Deadlocked, which is the most of the Ratchet series I've played. I think I'm gonna play
That's
more
it.
of the games on my own.
Crack in
just to see them.
time. That's it. Yeah, gonna play more of
I
the
hear
on
they're
your own.
bad after that. They're just not quite as... They go backwards in a couple places.
The one thing that is a sticking point for a lot of people is that it really loses its teeth. It's been defanged, you know. The when it comes to its the Ratchet 2 especially, big like critique of politics and a lot of the of capitalism and a lot of its humor comes from that, right? They really start to lose that edge as it goes on, and it becomes a lot more of a generic hero type story for a lot of it. Can I not get that?
Gotta find a
Okay.
TNT near. Oh, did you have to use one of the ones you just blew up?
No, it should be fine. Never mind, it's not fine. Can I jump over there?
Maybe there's one past the dinosaur?
Okay. I can't do that.
You could make that jump, but these are time TNTs.
I don't care.
How many crates is this level? Dare we check?
317. That seems almost paltry. This game continues to push the myth of sauropods having to live in water. Because this is, I mean, this is a scientific journal, honestly.
How come they don't have feathers?
Well, these dinosaurs, the sauropods, the ones with the long necks, they wouldn't have had feathers. People kind of, I mean, when they first saw that larger theropods could have had feathers, they were like, oh, like, let's see, like, what would have had them, and they kind of went a little nutso with them just to see if what could work. But a lot of the dinos that people were speculating might turned out that it's like, no, they probably didn't. T-Rex probably did not have feathers.
That was really lame that it only destroyed 2 of those.
That was really lame that it only destroyed 2 of those. But you know what? I'm already not going for all of them. Okay. I mean, recently...
I feel like-
oh, you go on?
I feel like Dingodile's in his element. Like, he should be able to just hop in and swim in this, but I guess not.
He's mutated, right?
Wait, he's a crocodile and he can't swim.
It's the dingo part. He really looks a lot more crocodile than dingo.
Also, like, all the Crash 1 ones were specifically marsupials, and then that trend stopped in the 2 and on.
No, yeah. Well, no, because 2 only introduced one new one, and that was Tiny. And thylacines
Komodo
are
brothers.
Thylacines. Oh, the Komodo brothers. You're right. I always forget. Everyone forgets about them, though. Not like anyone who doesn't own a PS5 or high-end graphics card can play Rift Apart. Well, that's true. Yeah.
I've heard... That's the first Ratchet game I've heard relatively good things about in a while.
Well, it's the only one
Well,
that
I
came
guess I've
out in
heard
a
people
while.
Talk about. Oh, I just didn't hear people talk about the ones before that.
Well, the last one before that was 2016, which was a reboot of the first game, as well as tying into the movie.
I did hear people like that one, actually.
People liked it well enough, but it's everything that's like wrong with it story-wise is also things that are like wrong with it in the movie. If that game is canon to the rest of the series, then it could just be interpreted as Quark just retelling the story of Ratchet and Clank wrong. One thing that the movie did that I'm not really sure why they did it, I'm not a big fan of it, is that they brought Nefarious in there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know if we needed Nefarious for this.
Was he, like, working for Drek or something?
Drek was working for him.
Ah.
And and the way he dies was clearly supposed to set up a sequel where he comes back as Robot Nefarious, because they were probably just gonna skip 2 entirely.
Oh, he wasn't a robot yet.
No.
It's kind of weird they became a robot supremacist, even though he was not originally a robot.
Well, the reason he became a robot was due to Quark, so anything that gets under Quark's skin gets...
Does Quark hate racism? I don't know if he does.
But what about Lawrence? I don't know, Lawrence was... I think Lawrence was in the movie. Actually, no, he might have not been. I don't know. Point is, it really just felt like they were like, oh, we've got to have him in here because Ratchet fans expect him to be in here, but we're doing Ratchet 1, so...
Like, he is the fan favorite villain, but, like, his robot form, so why would they not use that?
I guess because they were doing Ratchet 1's story and they didn't really need to do... I don't know. Because he dies in an explosion in that, right?
No, I'm aware of that.
So, like, I guess the idea is that the next time we see him, he would be turned into the robot. Which is its
But why
sequel
go through the
setup.
effort of including the fan favorite character if it's not the fan favorite form?
I don't know. The movie was just really unfortunate in the way it was written anyways.
We've talked about it before, how it's like a lot less suited to a movie than Sly would have been.
Well, not even that. Like, things like Ratchet is really, really nice in it. And if you've played Ratchet 1, he's so mean.
Kind of a jerk.
Yeah, he's a huge jerk. And I think that was... It's that thing about Ratchet as a series just kind of becoming declawed, where, like, all of the mean stuff, all of the stuff that was just not nice about him is just taken away in this. And he's like a plucky young hero who dreams of adventure, and it's like... That's not Ratchet, you know? Like, Ratchet's a selfish jerk. He's always
Ratchet
been
first.
Yeah. Like, I think back to in the first game when he's like, the next planet we go to, I'm selling you for scrap. And they would never, like, do that. They never did anything like that.
They were really petty in Ratchet 1 with each other.
They were.
Mostly Ratchet.
Also, I don't know what they're called, like the rest of the Galactic Fighters or something that Quark was a part of didn't do anything really all that interesting.
I don't remember them being in the games.
They aren't. At least not in the first one. It was just Quark.
Ratchet 3 is when they started doing the Ratchet as a hero thing. I guess kinda.
Yeah. They did. He was less selfish in that one, and it was more a story. But, like, I don't know. Nefarious is so enjoyable in Ratchet 3 that I don't mind that the story's not as, like, smart as in 2 and 1.
2 was all business because he was hired as a mercenary.
Yeah.
And then 3, he actually sees people in war, and he's like, okay, how can I help?
Yeah.
Here you go, Sarge! Also, those robots were like the only people in the entirety of Ratchet 3 who respected Ratchet.
Yeah. I'm thinking... Oh, I often think of, like...
Missed crates, who cares?
Yeah, I know. I want the Wumpa.
One fruit.
Yeah.
What are you gonna say?
Well, I do like, though, whenever Quark would come up with a plan in 3... He would always just show Ratchet dying some horribly bloody death. What kind of coincidence is it that they keep crossing paths?
Did we see him doing the jumping in the original one?
No, we heard him, though.
Oh.
Oh, you... If I had Aku Aku when it switched over, would I have Aku Aku with Crash here?
I don't know.
Goodness gracious, look at this.
This looks like it could be easier than the original. Oh, well, okay, that's fine. We don't need those.
Yeah, but I
We
did
do
need to
jump,
jump.
though.
Oh, yeah.
Let's jump off the corner of the Nitro. It's easy.
It's easy. If you ask me, I think that in terms of story, between like the PS2 mascots, I think that Ratchet probably has the worst one, but only because the others are just much better.
Yeah.
Sly's storytelling is so good with it, and it like understands its like core in a way that like, oh my gosh, it understands how its core characters act, that, and it doesn't feel like it's retreading old ground either. It's not like they just introduce a new threat. It's like the Cooper gang is going after something very specific. The end of Jak 3? Well, we don't know what happened at the end of Jak 3. They didn't really explain how that worked.
I think I would call Jak the stronger of the two. Like, Sly's fine. Sly has good character writing. A lot of the, like, plot events are really dumb, though.
Yeah.
What are we doing? Oh, there's ground, okay.
What was the...
Okay. We gotta bounce.
Okay. That's what we gotta do.
Doesn't that hurt, Crash?
I don't know. I lost all... I don't have any nerve endings in my stomach. Alright.
You think Crash could do like the Felix Baumgartner? He'd jump out of the stratosphere, just belly flop into water and be fine.
Or maybe the Mario 64 ground pound right before he hits the ground.
That's how you save yourself.
Oh my gosh, I was talking about dinosaurs a second ago. We went to this whole level and I didn't get to have a autistic tangent about dinosaurs.
Yeah.
I was talking about feathers. That was it, feathers. So they went kind of crazy, right, with the idea that like almost any dinosaur could have feathers, and
What was the Jurassic Park thing? Oh, we spliced in frog DNA.
oh yeah, in Jurassic World, to explain the because you know it had been 30 years since the last since the original, and science had changed a lot since then. They explained that, oh, since we used frog DNA to finish up their genetic code, they don't have feathers. Which, I mean, hey...
Wasn't it also proposed in one of the Jurassic Park movies that, like, it was... The dinosaurs were both female or something, and they say nature found a way?
That was in the first movie. Yeah, that
Okay.
was, they made all the dinosaurs female so they couldn't breed. But then they explained it that some frogs, because even in the original movie they said that it was frog DNA finishing it out. In some frogs, they have the capacity to change their sex when there's a low population of one or the other, right? So some of the female dinosaurs were turning male. I mean, when the whole movie's basically just about, you know, the folly of man, then, like, you know, you got to write in something like that, I guess. It's not as elegant a metaphor as Godzilla, I guess. $10. All right, good. One of the biggest shakeups in the scientific community was actually they found the whole skeleton of Spinosaurus a couple of years ago, and they were like, "Oh, they changed the entire perception of what the animal looks like."
I bet Blathers was appreciative.
I guess it's funny though because in some Animal Crossing games you do find a Spinosaurus skeleton, but for a long time the rest of the Spinosaurus skeleton was hypothetical. They didn't really know what the body was. They assumed it was similar to a terrestrial creature. They found the tail and they're like, oh my gosh, this thing was semi-aquatic. And it ate fish. So now that Jurassic Park 3 scene with the Spinosaurus was not that big. There's no way. I mean, a T-Rex would absolutely crush it in a one-on-one battle because a Spinosaurus isn't built for that. It's not, it fights fish. And fish aren't really exactly known for fighting back all that much.
I feel like you would watch Primal and be constantly, bothered by how wrong everything is.
Bothered? No. Would I point it out? Yes.
Dingo dial.
Easy, chums. If I was here to fight, you'd be Cactus.
What does that
He's
mean?
with me. Found him lost out there.
You have a 0-1 record against him.
Time space, thing.
Yeah, just trying to get home. I was enjoying the retired life, see?
Got it. Our bad guys had to change a heart too.
Bad guy?
What do you mean, our bad guy? Like, they're both your bad guy.
Yeah, but they've been with him the whole time.
So they just found Oxide in this continuity.
Yeah, CTR didn't happen. Oxide just happened to be here.
Can't afford any unwanted visitors. At once, your foreignness.
You manage our affairs with such poise.
Naturally, as do you.
What's with her eyes?
Yeah, I don't know.
Barf.
Dingo's into it. Whatever he's... he likes what he sees.
Primal is great, though. It is good. I enjoyed it. It's just extremely unapologetically anachronistic.
Yeah, I know, because they had the... especially later on when they when he goes to the Scottish village. Right?
Dinosaurs and Vikings.
Yeah.
Well, they must have met at some point.
Look at that little thing. This is probably my least favorite of the gimmicks. Flipping upside down is kind of a difficult one for me to deal with sometimes.
It's also something we've seen in a lot of games.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like the rest are wholly original. Making platforms disappear and reappear.
I guess.
The death tornado spin.
I guess it matters more how much they can utilize it in gameplay.
Yeah.
And this is utilized a lot in the 2D sections towards the end.
Mm-hmm.
C.
Oh, hey, look! Look who it is! Look who it is on the right. That's the evil twins.
Well, why are they here?
I don't know.
You didn't need that crate anyway.
No, I didn't need that crate. I'm gonna miss one. If we miss more, if there's more than one crate missing by the end of this, then we know.
Well, there's 3 if you don't get those.
Are you good, sir?
Why do they have human spacesuits?
No, they have 4 arms. They have
I
4
don't
legs,
see.
rather. Gasmoxians have 4 legs. See?
Was that established as the race before, in CTR?
In CTR, he says he's from Gasmoxia.
Okay.
Maybe Nitro Kart talked about it a little bit more. Because Oxide was in that. He had his own team. I knew that was going to happen.
It's not quite as big a downgrade as when it turned out Tatanga was working for Wario, I guess. However that happened.
Yeah, good question. Maybe he's just in it for the revenge. Anyway, now it's time to play VVVVVV.
He's extra bitter that Mario got a castle.
Probably not the best way of doing that, but...
You missed a gem? Yeah. We have not gotten all the hidden gems.
No, we're not doing that either. This is a lot of this is in the interest of time, but also I don't feel like doing it.
I didn't even get all the gems, like, on screen in my playthrough. It was the least hidden gem. Well, clearly not. Where are those guys?
I don't know. They're like Dragon Quest enemies. Can I go back?
How far back was the gem?
Good question.
On the left before the wall run. So, before a wall run.
Okay, I'm not bothering. I better get it back.
That's like the de facto old man voice.
Whisper. Yeah.
Huriba.
Dang it. You know what? Forget the boxes. See how easy that was? Well, Cortex did that.
We didn't like plan ahead for any of this. He just acted on his own. And it worked out in our favor.
Like the little sneaker squeak. I didn't know I could spin on those, so the first time I got to those, I was like, why do I keep falling? What do I do?
It is a little counterintuitive because he's like holding onto the wall with one hand.
Yeah.
It's like you wouldn't think he can spin while hanging either, but he can in those games.
Oh, I just really had no monkey bars in this one. Okay. I just realized I died a lot. Where's the tape?
We're down like 3 whole lives.
Well, no, where's the tape is what's
Oh,
what I'm...
there's a tape in this level.
Yeah. They could have front-loaded them, but no, they didn't. They put them all near the end.
They put the first one at like the very start of the level just to show the concept.
Yeah.
Just turn your screen upside down. It's easy.
Hey there, kids at home. Turn your screens upside down. Well, I had no way to...
When do we get the pity checkpoint?
Not this far.
I would hope if they were to do a Spyro 4 type game, they wouldn't make the levels too big. Because 3 was already pushing it,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
I wonder if they would go back to more Spyro 1, less minigames and alternate characters, and more just go through the levels.
I feel like they'd have a mix of the two. There were some orbs in Spyro 2 that you would just find sitting around, but not too many.
Yeah. I don't know, but because of all those extra characters in the mission structure, Spyro 1 is my favorite because all it does is here's your controls, go, you know?
I agree on the characters. I do like the missions, though. I think I'd be fine with a 50-50 split. Like half are missions, half are you just find them.
There's the tape. Why are the Gasmoxians fighting me? Were they ordered to?
We are an invader on their ship. We are literally a space invader.
Oh, yeah, true. Oops.
I'll bet if a human with a gun saw a Crash Bandicoot running at them, they'd open fire.
Oh, yeah. Okay, they aim at me. I didn't think they did that.
Farmer with a shotgun has a 10-0 matchup. So you can only flip twice?
Yeah, you
Each
can flip
time?
twice. Dang. If I could flip forever, that would be something, wouldn't it?
Could you flip forever in VVV? I don't remember.
No, I'm pretty sure in that game you can only flip when you hit a wall.
Oh, you got a pity mask.
Why is he doing that?
Just standing there, shocking a platform. If we're not getting all the crates, there's almost no point in doing this run of the level before we come back and do the deathless one.
Well, it's to familiarize myself with the level. So I know what to expect, you know?
You think we're under Ratchet somewhere on the ship?
Maybe. Wow, after all that, I only missed 20 boxes? That doesn't... I mean, that's not a small amount, but it's not nearly as much as I would expect. Anyway.
I wonder if Crash and Spyro were in PS All-Stars. I guess they'd probably be each other's rivals.
Yeah, they probably would be each other's rivals. I don't see a reason for them not to be. I mean, the DLC rivals didn't make any sense, but...
Every character was paired up with someone, and a lot of them were just kind of arbitrary.
They had to do it somewhere. I mean, like at the DLC ones, it was Zeus and Isaac Clarke, wasn't it? No, Isaac Clarke was base game. He was that dude, that one guy from Black Hawk, but I can't remember what his name was because it was a game that
I know
like,
the one you're talking about.
it was a game that like nobody played, and then it was Cat and the other one.
I don't remember who the fourth DLC character was. We can skip this, can't we?
Oh yeah, we can skip this.
All right, we got to make it past 2 rail sections.
Yep. Well, the rail sections I never had a problem with.
I was saying as a benchmark.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I can't do anything here. I need to be real careful around those guys.
I wonder if Microsoft will ever just stop making Xboxes and just put everything on PC.
I don't know. That seems to be their strategy as of late, is to bring more people into the PC ecosystem. Gosh, I just had a thought. The Snacks Dimension level probably has a tape in it, doesn't it?
The one I remember being really bad was the final one with, like, the jumping on the moving things.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly because it's got some kind of, like, super hot thing going on where the timing doesn't make any sense.
Mm-hmm.
They speed up with you or something.
I hate when a game gives you a slowdown mechanic, but it slows you down too. Great, now it doesn't help me at all.
Maybe it's these songs are just, like, more complex than older Crash songs as well.
They don't usually have a big melody tying them together from, like, the few I've listened to. Okay, thanks for taking my life.
I always like seeing people's first reactions to the black clobber. Like the first time they play the game. The one that steals your lives.
Oh, that one. Yes. I was like, what do you mean, like Donkey Kong? For a second, because I didn't know what you were talking about. But yeah, no, that one. See, I used to, when I saw the yellow one when I was a kid, I thought it gave you bananas every time it hit you. I didn't notice it was taking them away from my counter.
You're not the first person I've heard say that.
It wasn't until I read, like, the strategy guide that because I had the strategy guides when I was a kid. My parents had them. I had the strategy guide for DKC2, and I used to read that thing like an actual book when I was in grammar school. I would bring it with me to school, and I would just look over it cover to cover.
I would do that. Strategy guides are fun.
Yeah. Well, I miss old strategy guides like that sometimes because, like when they would have, like, just the entire level mapped out for you. I love that.
I saw recently that, in Ocarina Master Quest, they changed the order of the scrubs in the Deku Tree.
Huh.
People were trying to figure out if there was any intended way for you to find the new order, or if you were just expected to brute force it. And the strategy guide just tells you, so they still don't really know.
Alright, we got it.
There's only 3 of them, not like it'd be hard to brute force.
Yeah, 3 of them non-repeating. That means there's pretty much only like 3 or 4 different orders it could be in, right? Oh, of course I do it perfectly this time.
I hate those gun guys.
Yeah.
Gungans, I think they're called.
Gungans.
Did, Nitro Fuel came out after this game, didn't it?
No, before.
Okay.
Well, hey, we got the, we did that without dying.
Now, how bad is the actual flashback level going to be?
Let's see. Bump, 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 bump. See, I figured that Gasmoxia was like a planet that was totally destroyed by pollution, you know? Like, I figured it was like just a giant parking lot.
Well,
Well,
we're only seeing their spaceship.
Well,
right?
this also isn't Gasmoxia. This is Bermagula's orbit, whatever year it is.
There's just a Gasmoxian
Engines,
spaceship.
ingenious nitro bouncers. Oh, okay. We get to see more of that.
Cat.
For the last time, it's not a cat. It's a bandicoot.
Oh, you have to spin that. We got polar music.
Oh, that's what it is. Simple. I mistimed that one.
Have fun jumping 3 times every time again.
Yeah.
Oh, we're in 1997 now.
When did she break out? I guess this is... I guess in the way they're posing it here, it's like Brio left because Cortex replaced him with Engine.
I guess, yeah, this would be, like, into Crash 2 time. Or before Crash 2, anyway. The first game was released in 96. This 2 was released in 97. I mean, they really did come out once a year, up all the way through Wrath of Cortex.
Yep.
Then they did the 2 advanced games, then Twin Sanity.
Yep. And after that was Tag Team Racing.
Crash Mutant Island, what is that? Oh, there's one of the many mobile games.
Oh, yeah, that sounds... okay, yeah. Okay. Okay.
It feels like all the Crash mobile games, except for On the Run, came out before mobile phones were really mainstream.
Yeah. I hit the bottom of that crate and it didn't change.
Try presenting some facts and logic to it.
Yeah. heck? Oh, okay.
You'd think that'd be worth like 2 bounces.
Yeah.
Well, those will just blow up with the nitros.
Well, I did it anyway.
Gamer.
Oh, I bounced on it too. Hmm. That is a really confusing setup of boxes, though.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I guess that's one way you could do it. I figured you had to, like, spin the top ones.
He still thinks they're cats. What?
Well, now you won't be able to get the bottom one. Oh no, it'll blow up.
Yeah. Don't know how to do that, though. This is, again, this is one of those, how do I even approach this situations? Oh, whoa, whoa.
We gotta do this again every time.
Every time.
I forget, did you really make any Mario Maker levels?
I've made, well, when Mario Maker 2 first came out, I made one. And my philosophy for making levels in Mario Maker is always, I try to match the challenge of a regular Mario level, so I look into, like, design philosophies that they go through. Things like, the textbook, like, video essay discussion about what Mario levels are is usually stuff like, they introduce a gimmick in a safe space where the player can fail it and has another chance to interact with it. Then you just kind of elaborate on that, adding more and more challenge to it until it reaches its natural conclusion and you move on to something else. So in my level, for example, I wanted to play around with the boo wheel. So I had it where it was like, hold on.
Focus time.
Where it was the boo wheel where, oh gosh. Where I introduced it in a position where the player can, like, go around it if they don't feel like dealing with it, just so they understand how it works.
Then you started firing them from Bill Blasters, right?
Yeah.
As you do in Mario Maker.
That was it. Buzzsaws. I had a buzzsaw in an area where if the player decides to stand still, the buzzsaw will avoid them. And then later where it's like in your way but not moving. And then another one where I put it on a track. You know, basic stuff, right? You just slowly increase the challenge as it goes on. That is a lot easier.
I generally did the same kind of things with my Mario Maker levels.
Mm-hmm.
I remember you did play my world, though the stream was lost.
How do we do this?
Well, hold. Okay, so if you belly flop here but avoid the TNT, you can turn that to nitro, and then the TNT will blow it up.
Yes.
Then you can get the bottom too.
Yeah, but I'm thinking about all that on the right.
You can just bounce between them.
I guess you're right.
Oh, that blew up that one.
Yeah.
Right, not a huge deal. This is a long section.
It is. But it's not, like, hard. It's just precise, you know? So what year do you think this game takes place in, then? Because if these are canonically 97 and 96, then what do you suppose the rest of this is?
Yeah, it is kind of weird, because it's, like, the tone implies that it's contemporary, but it can't be.
Yeah.
Most Bandicoots don't age like Sans.
And whatever the heck Cortex is.
Cortex was born old. I guess we're to assume it takes place shortly after 3.
Yeah.
Which would be like 2099.
Guess so, yeah. Like, you see...
It did it again.
Yep. Must be related to the bug that allows you to bounce on nitro. Funny number. It's over.
Nice.
Nice. I remember they did a joke about it on The Simpsons, and I like that version of it where it's just like no one knows why it's funny.
I bet a lot of people actually don't.
We're privy to knowledge that they shouldn't have.
Yeah. It's forbidden knowledge.
I can't. I don't know why I can't time it.
I think I looked into 420 a while ago, and I still didn't get a conclusive answer where that number comes from.
I was told it was some sort of California piece of legislation pertaining to medical marijuana that was numbered 420. Does that line up with anything you saw?
I thought I remembered it being like a club or something. 1970s, apparently coined as a code word by high school students in California with reference to 4:20 p.m., the time they regularly met to locate an unattended plot of cannabis plants.
That's...
I don't know how reliable that
I don't know
is.
how reliable that is either. Like, why are there so many conflicting stories?
They have the same origin story on Wikipedia with links, so I guess there must be sources.
Then maybe that's alright. They really prettified. I don't know. Is that a word? That's not a word. They really like prettified Coco this game, don't you think?
I guess.
Because she's less round.
I guess. I don't remember her looking odd in the Insane trilogy.
No, but I mean, like, she's got the kind of thing Tawna has, where the face is a little bit, like, her nose is protruding out just a little bit, right, to make her look cute. Not, well, before she had, like, a really round, almost Sonic-ish face.
Yeah, I guess I can see it.
I'm mad. I don't know what happened. Hey, plumber boy, mustache man, your worst nightmare has. I do love those. I loved those commercials because they always portrayed him as a loser. Like, you know, it's not
Mario or Crash.
the Crash. Because the guy in the Crash costume was always a loser.
Oh, yeah. I keep seeing stuff about a game called Infinity Nikki, and I don't know what it is.
Is it, like, is it related to Yume Nikki?
No, it looks very anime, and one person described it as a dress-up game gone mainstream.
Oh, then I don't know what that is. Yeah, I remember the commercials. Even in the first commercial, though, he's going over to Nintendo's office. Like, he's standing right outside, and flipping security guard gets him, and he's like, "You're coming with me. You're touching my elbow." So what's that, Italian? Bandicoot. So Australian, actually.
And then you have a limited amount of time to get those last four because the TNT's gonna go off.
Yeah. There was a, also for the Crash 1 marketing, like, the guy in the Crash suit would, like, go across the US. Like, he had a list of people who's like, "So I hear you're in the market for a brand new gaming console. Can I introduce you to the Sony PlayStation now with Crash Bandicoot?" And it'd be like, "I'm calling the police." He'd have, like, a truck full of CRTs that has Crash Bandicoot on it. I miss commercials like that, but I also understand why they don't do them anymore. It's because these ad campaigns like that are expensive and largely unnecessary now.
Yeah.
Everybody gets their news from the internet, so you always hear about anything regardless. A commercial doesn't really change much because people don't watch TV that much. Ads have gone from, like, it's a fact of life to, like, oh my gosh, get these things out of my face.
They still make them for YouTube.
Yeah, but the YouTube ad is, like, 5 seconds. I bounced on the wrong one. I don't even know if the TNT is gonna blow up all of the boxes there. They actually, when I was checking, they actually used the Crash suit in the commercials up until, like, Crash of the Titans.
Huh.
Yeah. well after the point I thought they would have been doing that.
Especially since, I guess his design didn't change that much, but...
He doesn't have the... He doesn't, like... He didn't wear the gloves or anything.
Didn't have the tattoos.
Yeah. Or maybe I'm thinking of tag team racing. Point is, it went way past the point I thought they would be using those commercials for. I thought that kind of died in the 90s. It's funny, they still used that Crash suit for the Crash 4 commercials, but there's just a really obvious, like, seam where the head poked through. I'm sick and tired of hitting the top one.
You're right, I don't know if it is going to destroy the very bottom one or not.
Look, we solve the puzzle first and then worry about it later.
Just had to let the number linger for a little while.
I'm just thinking. Now, it's like, wait a minute. What if I am supposed to, like... Oh, but then all the nitros go off. I'm trying to think. Meanwhile, the Japanese commercials for Crash always would pit him against fake Crash.
I do remember Fake Crash being a lot more popular in Japan.
I suppose that's fitting, seeing as he's a Japanese bootleg, I should say. Cortex didn't make Fake Crash. No one knows where he came from.
Do you think there's a fake Cortex that made him?
In the, I think it's Entranced. Yeah, in Entranced, Fake Crash is actually a boss.
I don't think there's any other way to do this besides what we're doing. But if you do the top ones first, you can't bounce. Okay, it did. Salvation!
Hallelujah! Thumbs up! That didn't take that long. That was like 15 minutes.
You gotta reposition yourself a little bit.
Yeah.
It's important to stretch.
Oh, yeah. Alright, next level. No, we gotta do Cortex first. Shipping error.
Now, how much of this is gonna be 3D? I'm gonna guess a lot of it.
Maybe. If we finish the space dimension today, which I don't think we will, but if we do, then I consider that good pace to finish the game on Thursday.
Yeah. The flashback tapes are taking a lot more of our time than I anticipated.
I mean, they were going to, you know. They get really hard. We've got quite a few of them left, don't we?
Well, I mean, they're not hard for me.
Oh, yeah?
Got to find that ship. If I only
Do you think
had
Donkey Kong
placed
fans
my
would want
blasters
a, like,
teleport
especially
with that
difficult
hair
3D
drive
game?
function?
I don't feel like the Donkey Kong Country games are known for their difficulty in the same way Crash is.
No, because Crash is often known for its difficulty to complete for completion's sake. Wait. I'll go up here
I know
first.
I have known people who think the Donkey Kong Country games are hard, but like they're not really harder than most games of the time.
Yeah. In some ways, they're easier and more forgiving.
Donkey Kong 2 is, for the most part, a pretty fair game. Well, Country 2.
Yeah.
I guess there is no game called Donkey Kong 2.
There is. It's for the game. It's for the Game & Watch.
Oh.
It's a different version of Donkey Kong Jr., which is another Game & Watch title. Kind of strange.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Oh, I saw it last time. I think it activates these up here. Flippin' love the Cortex baseline. Oh! Oh, I see. Oh.
Didn't even leave a devil behind.
Nope. Man, I just realized the Cortex section in the Crash level is, like, pretty early on.
So we gotta do most of the Crash level again.
Yeah. At least it doesn't matter if I die or not. Because we don't have to get any tapes or anything.
That's the real time sim, getting and completing the flashback tapes.
Yeah. Boom, boom, boom. 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 Boom, 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 boom. I am shocked, though, that Cortex's theme just kind of left the series after Crash 3 because it's such a good theme. It's one of those leitmotifs that, like, works in tons of songs because of how simple it is.
I do understand the idea that, I don't know, it sounds a little more threatening of a theme than Cortex became after that point.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think it would fit Twinsanity Cortex.
Probably not. But it would have been...
Spiral Mouth covering it.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Imagine Spiral Mouth covering it. Oh, I can't bounce? It's gas.
I guess we get ghost platforms in this level? Hope there's nothing above those.
Hey, I have a gun too. Look, I have a mask too. There you go. Alright.
What purpose does this room serve?
I don't know. Freak me out. See what I mean? Okay, that was the thing I was talking about earlier with the little flaps being a problem. If there was anything up there, we'd be able to see it because Cortex can't double jump. The platforms just look at me.
Sadly. Maybe they don't even remember what they once were.
Yeah, nothing. Strange they're not bouncy.
Maybe the battery's low.
Oh, excuse me, sir. Ugh.
I like the final attempt to get the box anyway.
Do you consider Bowser's Inside Story like a game where you're playing as a bad guy?
I don't know enough about it. I know you like run around as Bowser doing like goofy things. Is he advancing an evil scheme or anything?
No, he's just trying to get Mario and Luigi out of him, and he's trying to get rid of this bigger bad who shows up.
Probably not then.
Yeah. Because Mario and Luigi are, you know, inside of him. Whoops. Why did it just... I think I would have rather just something that kills them.
Especially in this level where you can't really even utilize the platforms.
Yeah. Forget it.
Not worth.
Not worth it. I died anyway. Because the blaster shot doesn't go forever.
I bet their stupid shots go forever.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe you had to make concessions so that the plasma bullets weren't spinnable.
Oh, you can't dash through them. Kind of hoping that because it breaks boxes. I thought it.
Were there no Aku Akus on the first on the ice Cortex level?
I don't remember any.
I'm trying to think. What you couldn't really explain him being helped then. Are they now? I think these ones are now bouncy.
Okay.
I guess it's enemy by enemy.
Must be based on their location in the level. Oh. There we go.
It just sounds like they're clearing their throat.
Yeah. What am I doing over here? Oh, goodness.
That's some aim.
Yeah. You know what? There. Yeah. You know what? Yeah. I think that's the same Oxide VA from CTR Nitro Fueled, but I'm not certain. A lot of deaths.
I would
in this
assume
one.
so if the games are that close together.
Well, a lot of the other ones are different. Like Oxide has a different VA for not Oxide, excuse me. Brio has a different VA. Both from a different VA, both from the Insane trilogy and from Nitro Fueled, because Nitro Fueled was Tom Kenny.
Odd.
Yeah. I mean, he was already there to voice some other characters, so I guess they had him do it anyway. I guess they turn into gas because they don't want you to cheese them. You know, to use them to cheese past some obstacles.
I guess, but yeah, it's just in universe. There's not really any distinction.
No.
How come you keep ignoring that specific box?
It's very ignorable.
Yeah.
Oh, I turned it back to normal while I was standing in them.
We got about 15 minutes left.
We'll finish this. I don't know what I got hit by. Probably the box. Love those little dudes with their coffee.
What little dudes?
The little alien, the little one-eyed aliens in the background that are just drinking coffee. Oh, that's why they had Tom Kenny for that game, because he was voicing Spyro. In Nitro Fueled, yeah. Well, he's also Spyro's voice actor in the old games, too.
No, I know that. All but Spyro 1.
Yeah. Which was, Rocco instead. It was,
Oh, was he Rocco, too?
No.
I know he was, Crocker.
Yeah. Carlos Alzaraki, I think his name is? He also voiced Panchito.
I bet Billy West could do Rocco if they needed a new one for him.
You think so? I don't know. I would definitely be able to hear the Philip J. Fry in that.
Do you think they feel pain when you bounce on them?
Oh, yeah.
You're just not caring about boxes anymore.
Nope. We're well past that. Look at his little run.
Now we can play the crash part of the level again. I assume that's the Tropy's ship?
Yeah, the one that Tropy and Oxide are on. Okay, I just didn't jump even though I pressed the button. Oh, I get to watch it again. Oh, okay.
Well, I guess if you jump down there, you're just stuck.
Unless they give me the mask. I would have expected there to be some sort of actual barrier preventing me from going back. You also can't see the tractor beam anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Jump, Crash! Jump! Jeez Louise! What am I paying you for?
Get him some milk.
this one.
I like how in that commercial, even though it was Mario 64,
Yeah.
they still used the bleep bloops to establish that it was
It's a video game
being played.
Yeah. Like someone composed that song just for that. He was in Wet Dry World too, I remember.
Yeah, with a obviously higher poly model than the actual game had.
Yeah. It wasn't Nintendo's model either. I keep thinking there's a laser on the right side that I need to avoid. So I'm going from where I can't see to where I can.
I think there is a laser on both sides.
Cool guys don't look at explosions. They blow things up and then walk away. No, no laser.
Yeah, there is.
Well, at
Well,
the
there's-
end, but I thought there was a laser in the midpoint that I was jumping to the other side for.
We already missed crates.
Yeah,
Just trying to avoid a wall jump.
I guess so.
How do you feel about the character redesigns in the Spyro remake?
I think most of them are good. The problem with Spyro designs in the original PlayStation games is that the PlayStation didn't have as much power to do 3D like the N64 did. So things in Spyro didn't look like things, you know? A lot of them were kind of
Muppets.
Exactly, they looked a lot like Muppets. And I think a lot of people have this idea of what they look like in their heads when you play the games because, yeah, you know, you kind of have to fill in the blanks. So some of them look a specific way. So I understand why people are disappointed, but I also really like some of the designs, though. I love the redesigns for all the adult dragons. They look so good.
I don't mind Alora's redesign, but it does look like a very different character.
Yeah, because of the... I mean, flippin' Hunter, he looks like a totally different person.
You think so?
Well, he had a... I mean, what was, like, iconic to him was this really big, wide Muppet mouth, right?
Yeah, he doesn't look as derpy anymore, for sure.
The rabbit looks pretty much okay. I can't remember her name, though. This the sorcerer that works.
Bianca, I think?
Bianca, yeah. She looks pretty much like how you would expect her to look.
Ripto, I remember looking weird.
People are not that big a fan of Ripto. Okay, are you? This section again. Ugh.
There's a bonus stage, too.
I'm not doing it.
This section, but now with nitros.
Uh-huh. Wow, 3 boxes should, in theory, have made that easier.
Part of the reason I don't like those gun guys is they're not on a specific timer. They wait for something.
For something, right? But, like, what? They're not very predictable.
Just rotate your head 180 degrees like an owl. That'll solve these sections.
Yeah. Man, why did we even bother racing Oxide? His species can be defeated in a single hit. He's still shooting at nothing. I mean, what about that guy? What's his deal? What kind of a freak.
Electricians, you mean?
Well, yeah, but he likes... I mean, he waits for you to get close and electrifies everything. It's like, does he like it? I definitely died here. Oh, well, there you go. I was gonna say, I definitely died here on one run-through of this I was doing in my original playthrough, then I was really mad about it.
So you were going for a no-death run?
Probably. I don't remember. Or I was just hoping to finish the level because I kept dying.
I guess it is a little silly that they felt the need to have a story for a kart racing game, but...
I don't know, it gives it charm.
It's a little more sensible than, like, the Diddy Kong Racing story, at least.
Doesn't even explain... Yeah, there's no reason for them to be racing in that game. They
This
just have...
lizard pig showed up to crash the party.
Dang. We're not going to be able to finish... I mean, no, we don't have enough time.
Yeah.
That's
all
a shame.
got.
We've got, like, one more level and a boss fight in this world. Yeah, one more level and a boss fight in this world.
Like 3 or 4 levels in the next one.
And then 2 in the next one?
I don't remember.
I think it's only 1 level in the final boss. Does this have a tape? Yeah, it does. I think every level from here on out has a tape.
How many tapes are left?
Good question. 6.
6.
And you probably unlock a secret last one.
I don't think you do. I think that's all of them.
Oh, okay. 6 left, so that... if there's 1 more here, then that means there's 5 more. Then there's... I think that's enough levels for there to be tapes, and pretty much all of them. Yeah.
No, that's something to look forward to.
Yeah, isn't it? Just something... Ain't that the way? Okay. Let's check the leaderboards now. Gosh. Hey, we get to do the gem path. When I get to that.
You got would look at that one insane relic.
One insanely perfect relic. It's perfect.
You can put that on your resume.
Yeah. Good call. Oh, well. Well, that's all from us for today. We're going to be... Tomorrow's my day off, so tomorrow we're going to be back on Thursday, and we're going to try to finish the game then. We're on a strict time crunch, so it's either going to be tomorrow or Monday. Yeah, and then Friday's Smash, like it always is. And still not sure what I'm going to be doing with the weekend streams anymore. Trying to think of different things I could do. But that's going to be all from us for today. Have yourselves a very good afternoon and a good night. I'll see you guys later, and